your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A federal grand jury has indicted former FBI Director James Comey, marking the second time he will be prosecuted by President Trump's Justice Department. This time, the charges stem from an image he briefly shared to Instagram last year. CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
The specific charges we're seeing now are knowingly and willfully making a threat to take the life of and cause bodily harm to the President of the United States. And then another one related to transmitting interstate and foreign commerce, a communication that threatens to kill the president.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
You prove intent with witnesses, with documents, with the defendant himself to the extent it's appropriate. And that's how we'll improve intent in this case.
The FCC says it's launching an early review of Disney's ABC television licenses. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The early license review comes after an FCC probe that was launched last March into Disney's DEI initiatives. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr on the Katie Miller podcast.
There's evidence suggesting that Disney, literally was, dividing and categorizing employees based on race and gender, and potentially, we'll see what the evidence establishes, ultimately giving different opportunities to people based on their race or gender or other protected class.
The review comes a day after President Trump called for late-night host Jimmy Kimmel to be fired. His show is broadcast on Disney's ABC.
Britain's King Charles III has addressed a joint meeting of Congress, becoming only the second British monarch to do so. Congressional leaders invited the king, who spoke of unity between the U.S. and U.K.
In both of our countries, it is the very fact of our vibrant, diverse and free societies that gives us our collective strength.
The TSA has lost a lot of airport workers amid the ongoing partial government shutdown.
The acting TSA administrator tells a House committee that 1,100 of its officers have quit since the shutdown started February 14th. House Democratic Caucus Chair Pete Aguilar says his party has a plan.
We don't want them to be, hurt when we have policy disagreements.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says a bipartisan Senate bill to fund most of DHS has some problematic language, which might mean more delays. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
After opening statements, Elon Musk takes the stand in a lawsuit surrounding OpenAI, the startup that Musk and Sam Altman co-founded. CBS News Bay Area reporter Victoria Macias.
Not only is Musk asking for billions in damages, but he's also asking for OpenAI CEO Sam Altman to be removed. Elon Musk is alleging that Sam Altman tricked him and that OpenAI strayed from its core mission, which was to develop AI for the benefit of humanity.
CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Gas prices hitting another new all-time high. That's one story coming up after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. That struggle through downtown Seattle this afternoon just got worse. Heading northbound, we still have a disabled vehicle at the West Seattle Bridge in that right lane. And now just past the West Seattle Bridge, looks like another disabled vehicle partially blocking the left exit lane to the express lane. It's mostly on the shoulder, though. But there's a chance we could see this lane fully blocked once a tow arrives. We have a solid backup from the Michigan Curve to the express lanes. And then again, approaching the Ship Canal Bridge, now a half hour to get through downtown. South 5, we're slow from 520 to I-90. Out of Monroe, both directions, a Highway 2, we're bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway. So drivers are alternating at the scene. This is near milepost 11. Southbound 167 now real thick between Algona and Sumner. And westbound 18, you're bumper to bumper from Military Road over to I-5. Just volume here. That's just under a 2-mile backup. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle Police now looking for a gunman following an encampment shooting in White Center this morning. The 911 call came in at about 11 o'clock reporting gunfire and a man down in an alley. SPD Detective Brian Pritchard.
Officers arrived and found a male with a gunshot wound to the back, adult male. Officers provided aid until Seattle Fire Department arrived, and then the male was transported to Harvey Medical Center in serious condition.
Gunman is still on the run. No word yet on a motive. A second suspect in a violent cross-country ATM robbery scheme has been sentenced in Seattle. Prosecutors say 23-year-old Amon Hogg of Texas targeted ATMs in Renton, Vancouver, Battleground, and Redmond. The crimes were part of a larger scheme across 5 states in which Hogg disabled ATMs and then attacked repair technicians. Federal judge handed him a 9-year prison sentence. Washington's Attorney General is answering questions about a recent report surrounding Washington's so-called Millionaire's tax. Here's KIRO Radio's Luke Ducey.
After nearly 1,000 emails and documents uncovered an apparent plan to overturn case law leading to a graduated income tax on all Washingtonians, A.G. Brown was asked point blank, do you think it's appropriate for your office to be giving lawmakers advice on how to break the state constitution?
It is very common for AG's offices to advise their clients on the law, the status of cases. It is something that all of my predecessors have done. So yes, I think it's pretty common and appropriate.
Brown also denies advising lawmakers on how to avoid a referendum on the Millionaire's tax. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Gas prices hit an all-time record overnight in Seattle, now averaging $5.72 a gallon, higher than the peak in 2022. It's more than $1.50 above the national average. AAA saying global oil disruptions and Washington's added fuel costs are both pushing those prices higher. Sound Transit is unveiling new paid parking permits at 3 light rail stations. Starting Friday, you can apply for $60 monthly passes or $6 day passes at Northgate and 2 Shoreline stations.
Paid parking is a response to robust demand. Hopefully that we will be able to free up some spots with this by having some people pay and create some churn in the garage so more people can avail themselves of our parking facilities.
That is Sound Transit's David Jackson. He says the agency is also expanding the free carpool permits at Linwood and Mount Lake Terrace. Now to your forecast. Cloudy skies for this afternoon. Come tomorrow, increasing sunshine and temperatures on the rise. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Oh, this is
I'm lost. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. There we go in the John Curley Show. Why do I seem so far away and so tiny? Like a third grader.
What's going on? I got
ask
this.
A question? I'm in the back of the room. Hello.
Anybody else want to answer the question besides Curly? All right, here we go.
It seems to be making me smaller.
Man.
All right, hang on.
Who's messing with it?
I was just messing with it. Look, I was scooting down in my chair. Come on, we're
trying to
doing radio. Who gives a about the television, all right? You think I'm going to spend a bunch of money on a facelift for no reason?
You stop worrying about it. Let me handle it.
Aaron, you don't want to see Dad and Dad fight like this.
No.
Makes you wish you had a mom.
Yeah.
Can we just go?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, we're diving in the news! That's a clunky way to start a radio show.
You look good now.
No one's going to win what do we win around here? Edward R. Murrow Award?
That's right. Or Emmys now, apparently.
That's right. Yeah, I see you over there, Aaron. By the way, after I'm finished or at some point while we're talking, or I'm talking and you're listening, hopefully, you're like, ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Or I disagree with that. Or whatever it is. We elicit some emotion. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. It's ready to just take your bet on your emotion and just cash it in. That didn't work as a reference.
I never heard that.
I just made that up. 1-888-973-5476. All are welcome. 1-888-973-5476. All are welcome. There are 23,000 books available for you on Amazon that have the title Happiness in it. That's right. If you want to be happy, get yourself a grape or a cherry, one little grape or one little cherry. Put it in front of you. We'll get to it in just a little bit. I will give you some life-changing instructions on how to deal with that tiny piece of fruit. And I'm going to get some help from a legendary basketball player, coach, a Tony Award-winning actor, and 2 doctors from Harvard that will help you. They set up an app, and they had 2,250 people that they would ping at random intervals throughout the day, and they'd ask these 3 questions. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? And how happy are you? The study found that people, their minds wandered about 46.9% of the day. That's half of their waking days. Their mind is spent thinking about something else, away from the task at hand. And that is when unhappiness wanders in. These two doctors discovered this. The challenge is that most of life is just ordinary. E.M. Foster said that, quote, most of life is dull and there is nothing to be said about it, and that books and talk, when describing it, in order to make it interesting, are obliged to exaggerate it. Life is 99% Tuesdays, a little after 10:15 in the morning. That's it. The other 2% of life, well, those are the rare, exciting stuff that seems to just basically take care of itself. So, getting back to the doctors, happiness is always hiding in plain sight, according to these two Harvard doctors. And they say that it happens around 10:16 a.m. on a Tuesday, or a little after 9:43 p.m. on a Wednesday. It doesn't really matter what the time is. It really matters about how you are filling that time. And not just filling the time, but actually being present in the time. So if you don't think about anything else other than the dumb thing that you're doing, you will be happy, according to these two doctors from Harvard who did the test on 2,500 people. It's crazy stuff. Try it. It's extremely hard. Then you imagine that you're imagining things. Your mind is a prediction machine. It's constantly going into the future, thinking, okay, what's happening in the future? It's comparing it to what happened in the past in order for you to survive. So it's always going forward or backward, but never in the moment. And when it goes forward or backward, that's where the unhappiness comes in. Now, here comes the cherry or the grape test. It's extremely difficult. I learned this many, many years ago from this guy named Zbigniew Zankudis. He was a Polish theater instructor. Now, here's the experiment, and I'm telling you, it's pretty wild. And I'm not talking about tying a cherry stem into a knot just to prove that you would be a great lover. You ever seen that?
I have.
Okay, can you do it?
No, I cannot.
Okay, bad. All right, here's the experiment, right? You take either cherry or grape, I don't care, and you try to eat it, not as fast as you can, but in 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm not talking about a whole bowl. I'm talking about one cherry or grape. Try it tonight when you get home if you don't have a cherry or grape nearby. It's crazy. Because here's what you have to do. You have to pick it up. You got to look at it. You got to look at the color. You got to turn it. You got to feel the texture, the thickness. Is it mushy? Then you have to smell it. And you have to turn it and smell it. You got to look at it. Then you got to put it in your mouth. Then you got to roll it around. Anyway, if you set a clock, you want to try to consume one cherry or grape in 3 minutes. And here is the wild experiment and the outcome of it. If you do it right, you'll have happiness. It'll be the best tasting cherry or grape you've ever had. Not necessarily by the flavor, but just the experience of it. It's really wild. And it goes back exactly like these doctors. I added the cherry and grape in there, but it's basically the same thing. It's like be present in the moment, no matter how incredibly boring the moment is, and you'll be okay. And then a good measure of the day and how you live the day. Well, for that, we're going to go back 33 years ago. On this very day, a great guy passed away from cancer. But 54 days earlier, he said something that more than 7 million people have watched. And probably on this particular day, maybe another 50,000 will watch as well. Here is Jimmy Valvano and what is known as the speech. And I'm going to give you the little part of it right here. He was a guy from Queens, New York, became a legendary basketball player, NC State, coach at NC State. He was a beloved broadcaster. The speech was supposed to only be 2 minutes. That's what they gave him on the teleprompter, 2 minutes. But he got up there. He was so sick, they didn't think they'd be able to do the speech. He flew in a private jet, was throwing up the entire time. He was in the hotel room, and he said, I can't do it. And his friends said, you got to do it. So Coach K from Duke basketball and others helped him come up on stage. The speech is 11 minutes long. Here is, I think, the best part. So this the cherry, the grape, the experiencing in the moment, and how at the end of the day did you have a good day?
And when people say to me, how do you get through life or each day, it's the same thing. To me, there are three things we all should do every day. If we do this every day of our life, you're going to have, what a wonderful, number one is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number two is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number three is you should have your emotions moved to tears. Could be happiness or joy. But think about it. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, you're going to have something special. And so...
Yeah. So think and laugh and cry. You really, if you really are doing those things, you can't be doing other things. Your mind is not distracted by other things. Can you imagine somebody in the middle of telling you a joke and you start thinking, where did I park the car? You think you're going to laugh at the joke? If somebody tells you about something that's going to make you think, you can't be thinking about other things like, should I charge my phone? You're not present. You're not there. It's not the grape. It's not the cherry experience, right? So one more little story for you. So it was a spring day. Actually, it was the warmest day in February last year. Let's see. It was 63 degrees. And it was sunny and very, very nice. And a carpenter who lives in West Seattle was traveling back from Edmonds. He had a lot on his mind. First of all, it was a terrible time to leave, have to go from Edmonds to get there on the highway to get back to West Seattle. He was thinking about a number of things. He had the work ahead of him. He had, of course, the commute. Other things that were bothering him, the project on the roof, the leak on the roof, and the fact that he also was diagnosed with cancer and would be dying. He heard a Tony Award-winning actor by the name of Christian Hoff say something on this very radio show. And here is what he heard, and he still carries it with him this very day. With the time remaining, as I introduced you as the most courageous person I know.
Okay. Wow. That means a lot.
Well, I don't meet many people that have had a daughter battling cancer, a wife. Can you get me all weepy? You. Sucks. Dude. It sucks. But your strength, your determination, your view of life, and how you see every day as being so precious, I wanted to share you with my listeners.
Oh, well, that was a privilege. And I hope that everybody that was listening, just their hearts grew 3 sizes, and they got some extra fortitude to handle whatever challenge or whatever they think is the challenge of the day. Tomorrow, that challenge will be replaced, so don't sweat it, and make the most of the wins along the way. There's always more wins than losses. Today, we've got, most patients are living more than 10 years. And I'm not a numbers guy, but I see all of that as just blue sky and open outfield. So I'm just going to keep just hitting into it.
Enjoy your blue skies. Get that tiger by the tail, wrestle him to the ground. I'll see you in August, okay?
It'll be awesome to see you.
There we go. Blue sky. That was repeated to me today. I sat in the living room of a man by the name of Kevin, who's a big fan of the show. He's probably listening right now. And in the living room with the crackle of a fire going and a cup of warm tea, we sat and talked. And while I was talking to him and listening to him about the fact that he is trying to get the last bits and parts of his life together before his life ends, planning his funeral, insisting on nothing more than a pine box, making sure that some friends that haven't spoken to him may speak to him again sometime because they're just too concerned about what they're supposed to say or not supposed to say. And he was thinking about all that. And while I was talking to him and listening to him, a guy that just happened to write the show one day who happened to tell Joe his story, and then I called him and then we talked and I went over there to see him today. My phone rang about 10 times. I had about 16 text messages. I silenced it quickly in my pocket because I realized there's only one place I want to be, which is right here talking to this guy. Because nothing else mattered. Nothing else. When I got in the car, suddenly the show and the day and all of it came racing back to me. And I felt that unhappiness because I was not in the moment. But for a brief period of time, I was. And today, already at this time of day, I've already had, according to Jimmy V, the best day I could possibly have. Because thanks to a guy that listens to this show that happened to write us one day, that led to a phone call, that led to some emails, and then from me going over to his house. I had a chance to think and laugh and cry all at once while enjoying a great cup of tea and a really fun little cat that sat on the back of the chair the whole time Kevin and I talked. So the cherry or grape test for you is an opportunity to see if those Harvard doctors were right. That if you stay in the moment, think of nothing else. If you're making the bed, yes, it's incredibly boring, but just make the bed and think nothing more than just the bed and the sheet and the pillows and how they're arranged. Think not about how you're going to get into that bed tonight or how great it's going to feel at the end of the day or anything else. Just make the bed. If you're there to wash the dishes, just wash the dishes. If you're there to do anything, just do the simplest act, and happiness will rush in and tell you there's no other place than you should be at this time, at this moment. It's an amazing little trick. Enjoy the grape.
Grapes.
There you go.
Grapes.
Yep. Yeah. You got all that? Went all over the place for that one.
Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah. I told him, I said, hey, invite me back. Don't die yet. So I'm going back for another cup of tea. It's really nice to have a real cup of tea made by a real Englishman, right? No sugar, just a little bit of milk. It's really nice. So,
wow, that's tea.
That's right.
I love in the email he sent. He said, after telling us his situation, he said, I'm just hoping not to finish my days here on Earth, taking my last breath and going face down into my bowl of soup. I always got a kick out of that story.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. It wasn't soup. That was Aunt Seal. It was gravy. It was her gravy.
Oh, that's
but
right.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah.
Come on, Kevin.
Anyway, it's so ironic. Joe and I have this sort of quantum physics idea that things will just work out. So here it is on this day. Jimmy V passes. I was like, that's kind of interesting. And then I get a chance to talk to Kevin, who's dealing with his own crap. And it's like it all sort of fits together. So whenever Joe and I goes, that guy got to come on. Did that person we get that interview? Just like quantum physics, baby. Don't worry. It's going to work out. Now, quantum physics doesn't always work.
I mean, every once in a while you got to plan things.
Yeah, sometimes, right. Okay, here comes Nate checking traffic. By the way, if anything I've said strikes, moves, inspires you to think, laugh, or cry, whatever. 1-888-973-5476. 1-888-973-5476. The Montgomery Casino Resort text line.
Grapes.
Yep. Nathan.
Yes, sir. Seattle Mariners has our update. We've got two separate incidences on North 5 through downtown Seattle today. A stall at the West Seattle Bridge in your right lane, and then just past the West Seattle Bridge, another disabled vehicle partially blocking that left exit lane to the express lanes. You don't need to leave the lane. Just be aware of it when you're coming around the corner there. So we've got scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. About a half hour to get through all this. Bellevue to Renton, you're slow. We're down to 25 minutes. It's heavy from mid-Bellevue through Factoria. Southbound 167, bumper to bumper from State Route 18 into Puyallup now. Renton to Puyallup will take you 40 minutes. And out towards Shelton, both directions of Highway 101 are closed at C Street, where we have a new collision. This is just north of Railroad Avenue. Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Come on. What are you waiting for? I've been telling you about Closets by Design for a while. In fact, I tell you that they customize all the spaces, all the closets and cabinets for you to give you more room in that house, whether it be the garage or the pantry or the closet upstairs or downstairs, whatever it is. It's Closets by Design coming in and giving you a total custom job that helps you be better organized. It's customized without that high price. 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit when paid in full. Come on. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO. News Radio 97.3 FM.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we understand improving your home is an investment in your family, and we're here to help make it easier. With our flexible financing, keeping your family safe, comfortable, and dry has never been more affordable. For more than 20 years, Guardian has earned the trust of thousands of homeowners across the Pacific Northwest with a reputation for quality that lasts. So why wait? Start guarding your home today. Call or visit GuardianRoofing.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. One thing the IRS has been working on is to modernize their infrastructure, the software that they use. And, you know, we look at that and say that's great for government efficiency, but in this case, that kind of efficiency means they're spotting people way faster.
They're able to do that, and they have to do that because they have fewer personnel. But look at your own work environment, how technology is replacing people, and you can get as much work done or more with the proper technology. And that's what the IRS's goal is that we need to use technology, especially AI, to make determinations on, okay, who should we go after? Who are we missing?
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Washington's governor and attorney general are suing the private company that runs the Northwest Ice Processing Center in Tacoma. AG Nick Brown says they're asking a judge to order the facility to let state health inspectors inside.
Enough is enough. People are being harmed in this facility.
and inaction is no longer acceptable.
According to Brown's office, inspectors say they've been turned away 10 times despite more than 3,500 complaints alleging unsafe food, medical neglect, and unsanitary conditions. We have reached out to GEO Group for comments. They referred us to ICE. Former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted again, this time for allegedly making threats against President Trump. CBS's Cami McCormick has Comey's response.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago.
Comey had posted to Instagram a photo of seashells forming the numbers 8647. He later deleted the photo, saying he didn't realize some people associated those numbers with violence. Charges against Comey in another case were dismissed in November. He posted his reaction to the latest charges on his Substack.
Nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary, so let's go.
That's, again, CBS's Cami McCormick reporting. Starbucks says a business is improving and expects a stronger year ahead. Seattle-based coffee chain reported higher profits as more customers visited its stores for a second straight quarter. CEO Brian Nickel.
Q2 marked a milestone for the business. We delivered growth on both the top and bottom line for the first time in more than 2 years.
Starbucks revenue rose nearly 9% to $9.5 billion. Nickel also raised the company's financial outlook for the rest of this fiscal year, with sales expected to rise at least 5%. New nonstop service from Seattle to Rome takes off later tonight at SeaTac Airport. The inaugural Alaska Airlines flight leaves the gate at 5:30. Alaska is holding a small celebration at the departure gates. Passengers are going to get cannoli, gelato. They'll also hear remarks from Alaska Airlines CEO Ben Minicucci. To the real-time traffic desk now at 3:32. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, let's see. This one brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. In Seattle, we've got a couple incidences slowing you down. North 5. First, we have a stall at the West Seattle Bridge. It's been with us for about 90 minutes now in that right lane. And then just past the West Seattle Bridge, another disabled vehicle partially blocks that far left exit lane. We've got scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge to your Ship Canal. Plan on a half hour to get through all this. South 5, you're going to slow from the U District to I-90. 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Going north, Seattle to Everett, just 40 minutes. Bellevue to Everett at 50. Out of Monroe, both directions of Highway 2 are bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway, and drivers, you're alternating at the scene. This is near milepost 11. And out towards Shelton, both directions of Highway 101 are closed this afternoon, approaching C Street, where we have a collision. No estimated time when this might reopen. Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And your forecast now calls for more cloudy skies tonight, and we'll see some sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures on the rise as well, mid-60s for Wednesday, and then talking about 70s on Thursday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm just swallowing my snack. Payday. Wow.
Yum!
Home Comfort Alliance when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, electric. Tell everybody take 3 minutes to eat a grape. I ate a payday in about 5 seconds.
Less than that.
I'm outside the, yeah. It's Home Comfort Alliance.
No Triscuits, please.
No, don't eat Triscuits. I broke that habit. HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com. All right, let's see. They're going after Comey again. First of all, Comey is he's an interesting cat. So he's out vacationing. The story goes this way. He's vacationing in North Carolina. He took a photo of some seashells, posted the photo, the caption, "Cool shell formation on my beach walk." It said 86, which is slang for get rid of or throw out something. 47, of course, would be the president. So it was somehow displayed, whoever did it, on the beach, little 87 or 8647. So Comey initially deleted the post after receiving intense backlash from critics. some whom argued it was surreptitiously calling for the assassination of the president. And Comey, quote, I posted earlier a photo of some shells I saw today on my beach walk, which I assumed were a political message. Comey wrote, I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. Well, first of all, I don't believe Mr. Comey when he says he didn't know what 86 was. 8647. He just randomly came across this and then just thought, well, this is kind of clever and cool, so I'll put it up. You know.
Well, you don't. I also don't believe that he just came across it. He clearly made it and took a picture of it.
Now, what do you?
But
how do you know that?
Well, that's just my educated guess.
Yeah.
However, I don't think he meant it as kill the president like they're saying.
What's 86 mean?
It means you're kicked out. You're banned. You're 86 from a bar. You can't come back in.
Yeah.
I learned that in jail.
I know. Dump or get rid of 86.
Yeah. You're get him out of office.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean murder him.
Could somebody assume it meant murder or get rid of?
Yeah, but if
to get rid of. 86 the oysters means we're out of oysters.
Yeah, there's no more. Get him out of office. You can't. You honestly think he was calling for the assassination of Trump? Like, honestly.
No, but it doesn't. You don't have to use those words because, again, if you're trying to, if you're eliciting an emotional response with something like that, a photo or words, right? And on some people, it's going to hit the wide range of. Oh, I know from working in a restaurant, 86 million out of oysters. Oh, get rid of that guy. Let's get him out of office. Then there's a small subset that see this and are like 86. Yeah, like get rid of him, kill the president, kill him, right? There's people that are walking around saying, oh, I would kill this guy. I'd kill Stephen Miller. I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. Why not? He's a Nazi, right? So once you identify somebody as a problem, you dehumanize the person. You call them a Nazi and he's a threat to the republic and he's a threat to everybody's freedom. And if we just got rid of him, life would be better. It doesn't take much for somebody to be inspired by something like that, to do something crazy.
No.
Was it his intent saying, I want to see him die? He certainly wanted to destroy him. Comey hated everything about Trump and did everything he could to destroy Donald Trump. And that's well documented. And he has trouble telling the truth, as he has lied before regarding some of the meetings that he had and how he set up and was able to get Trump's people to admit to things that they didn't have support for. But anyway, now they're only doing this because they just figure, hey, let's rattle his cage again and make him spend some money.
May 15th, 2025, that the defendant, James Comey, knowingly and willfully transmitting in interstate commerce a communication that contained a threat to kill the president.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
Of the United States. Both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of 10 years. So I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody is dangerous and potentially a crime. Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated by the Department of Justice. Over the past year, this department has charged dozens of cases involving threats against all sorts of individuals. We take these seriously, every single one of them.
Okay. Look, you fire this shot over Comey's bow. Comey has to get the lawyer. He's got to fight this thing. They're going to indict him. New indictments. It's had to go through a grand jury, right? They're not going to find any evidence to move forward to go after him. It's just, just put him in the barrel and stir him around a little bit.
Just more theatrics.
Yeah. Plus, they just, they don't like him. And if they could do this right now after the attempt on Trump's life, or anybody else was in there, I'm assuming that Cole Allen, which sounds like a pair of shoes, doesn't it?
Or a country singer.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to go into that hotel room, into the ballroom. You're going to shoot the president. You're not going to shoot everybody else. And for some reason, I didn't have Kash Patel in the thing. Here's the weird part of it. Yes, well, there are words that inspire people to do things. That's why the media, through omission, intentionally does not give you the race of an individual. It doesn't give you the religion of the individual. It won't give you the politics of an individual because they realize, if we say it was, fill in the blank, blah, 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 and blah, then what the folks on the left always assume, well, then you're going to jump to conclusion that all those people do that everyone is like that. And we don't want to do a broad brush. So they hide, they omit, they intentionally sort of work the words differently in order to not allow the individual that's reading the thing to have the stereotype reaction, oh, you know, that's what those people do. So they do protect and choose different words. And in this case, you get the left yelling about the guy being a Nazi and all these people are dying and how horrible the guy is and he's a threat to democracy and we need to get rid of him. And if we get rid of him, then everything will be great. And therefore, he's a Nazi and who wouldn't want to kill Hitler as a baby in the crib? You know, it's the same sort of thing. Was it 58% of Americans say that on the left say they don't have a problem if somebody were to assassinate the president? That's pretty crazy.
I didn't see that. But I mean, even J.D. Vance called him a Nazi. And if like everybody...
When did he call him a Nazi?
2016.
Okay. And where are we now?
2026.
Right. So that's quite a difference in quite a bit of time.
Yeah,
right.
but if we're...
Why did Vance call him a Nazi?
Because he was... I don't remember specifically the reason, but...
This is after he won? This is before?
No, I think it was before when the Republicans were trying to not have him...
Not have him be the candidate? Yeah. Yeah.
But if you assume like the furthest stretch of everybody's intentions of their words, and like the inmates are running the asylum, right? Like you're basically saying that anything that can be interpreted as anything, you know, at the furthest length of, you know, stretching your mind and kind of doing pretzels to get there. I mean, that's just we're all doomed. Right?
The governor of our governor before, when he was the attorney general, and I think they already have it in place. Remember this? They had HB, it was a 1231 or whatever that number was.
Was it 1333?
1333, is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, the thought police.
The thought police.
Yeah.
So what they thought was, and they do have a commission going for it, and basically it sets up this way. They want to be able to holistically help people that are being indoctrinated and inspired by radical white supremacists or radical hard right, neo-Nazis or whatever else. So what they want to do is they want to be able to look at your social media, see that you're putting stuff up on Facebook, then you'd be contacted by the state of Washington, and they would bring you in there and holistically treat you so that you don't say and do these things again. So that the idea was put that thing in place to stop people from being radicalized. Where are they being radicalized? They're being radicalized, according to the governor, by thoughts and images and words that are inspiring them to go out there and kill people. Well, it's the same sort of stuff, right?
Exactly the same.
Same sort of thing. So here we go. But we don't have it in place for the left. We have it in place for the right because of all of these KKK people that are popping up. They have it in place. They've already started to fund it. They have $300,000 for the group. They're putting it together. And in, I think, June 2027, they're supposed to present it to the governor. Here's what we've come up with. Here's how much money we have. This is what we think it can do. So, I mean,
it's just like, but we're trying to out crazy the other side, you know? Like it just seems ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
Come on.
Come on, Joe. What are you doing that? I'm just saying, if words have meaning and people are concerned about being indoctrinated on the right, does it not also happen on the left? And therefore, everybody should tone down the temperature.
Everybody needs to be an independent or libertarian. Because this is ridiculous.
Come on, everybody.
You guys are crazy.
Crazy talk. Okay, here comes Nate Check and Traffic Anytime.
Thanks, John. Puyallup RV Show has our update here in Seattle. We're struggling because of two separate incidences North 5. We've got this long-term stall at the West Seattle Bridge in that right lane, and then just past the West Seattle Bridge, another disabled vehicle partially blocking the left exit lane. However, it looks like State Patrol just arrived, so now we have that lane fully blocked, but you just have to simply weave around them to get back into that lane. So we have scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on a half hour to get through downtown. South 5 slows from about Northeast 50th in the U District down to I-90. Still looking good from Linwood to Seattle at 20 minutes. Bellevue to Renton's a 20-minute drive. You're heavy from 520 to Factoria, and then you're going to thin out pretty quickly. Seattle to Federway, a half hour stop and go from Interurban Avenue to 516. And both directions of Highway 101 are closed through Shelton this afternoon, approaching C Street, where we have a collision. No estimation when this stretch of roadway will reopen. The Puyallup RV Show returns Thursday through Sunday. Hundreds of new and used RVs, huge discounts from overstock dealers. Now through Wednesday only. Buy a ticket, get another free at PuyallupRVShow.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, there's a pretty good chance this summer, if you've got a heating and cooling system that is 10 years old or older and it's running for a long time, it could just give up on you. And then you turn on the thermostat to cool the room, cool the house. And you're like, oh boy, it's not working. Then you call somebody. Can you come by and fix it? And they're like, we'll see you in 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of very uncomfortable nights. You're not getting any sleep. And you get into a fight with your boss, and your boss fires you. And you're driving home, and you don't have insurance anymore for some reason. I'm just making this part of it up. And you get an fender bender, you go to the hospital, but you can't fix that because you don't have the insurance because you got fired from the job because your heating and cooling system are out. You see how that all works? So, to save you from all the calamity, the best thing to do is make sure that if you have a heating and cooling system and it's 10 years or older, you don't take any chances. First of all, get checked out, make sure it's okay. Home Comfort Alliance will do that. And if you have to replace it, go with a Lennox system. You get a cooling system, they'll give you a heating system for free. They're going to handle all the utility rebates for you, available discounts, everything you need. The Lennox and Home Comfort Alliance coming together for you. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Looking for lumber with a story? Then you've got to check out the new Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto. Be the first to get your hands on reclaimed lumber with original character and local history. Their warehouse is packed with new inventory now. But when this wood is gone, it's gone. So act fast. Come visit the Salvage Lumber Warehouse for the grand opening on May 2nd from 11 to 3 in Soto. And remember, this lumber is harvested from structures, not forests. Find them at ewsalvage.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
You can't control what's happening in the world. You can't control gas prices or what the market does tomorrow. But you can control whether your retirement is protected when the unexpected hits. That's what Rajiv Nagaich has dedicated his career to helping families do. Not just picking investments, but building one plan that brings your healthcare, housing, legal, and financial decisions together into a single strategy. A strategy designed to keep you out of a nursing home, protect your assets, and keep your family from becoming your unpaid caregivers. If the last weeks have made you uneasy about your future, you need help. Join Rajiv at a free 90-minute seminar this May. You'll see where most plans fall short and how yours doesn't have to.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Space is limited, so sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco bill, and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
We're facing an uncertain time when support for nonprofits is in danger. Now is the time to show up for them. Whether you give a little or a lot, every donation creates big change. Donate to nonprofits during Give Big on May 5th at waggives.org. It's up to us.
Coming up a little later on, have we confirmed that? Is Bob Kettle coming on or not?
No, he's pitching Wednesday.
Oh.
He's pitching Wednesday, but I'm going to twist his arm a little bit.
And what's that going to do?
Yeah.
Are we going to 86 Bob Kettle?
Well, maybe.
See how I worked the first part?
Have you never been 86 from a bar before?
No.
Really?
No.
I got 86 from a bar called Joe's on my 22nd birthday.
Okay, they threw you out.
They threw me out and said, and 86 me, which means you can never come back again.
Do they grab your belt loop or the back of your belt and then give you the bum's rush on the way out?
No.
Can you say why you got 86?
I'm assuming you're drunk.
Yeah, it was my birthday. I was very drunk, and I was just making a ruckus. I think I was pounding on the table, and I might have knocked the glass off, and it fell on the floor.
Bar fights are good for you.
Exactly. Whoever that guy is.
I don't think the last time I've been drunk.
Yeah, you're not a drinker.
No way. No, probably high school. Like drunk.
Yeah, I used to be a blackout drunk, but these days it's just a little buzz.
You know what's crazy about high school? I ran track, indoor track. You train all week, 400s and 800 splits. I mean, just grinding, horrible practices, just out there running and like, 54, 53, pick it up. And then we'd like a 5-minute, like a 2-minute break and then run another, do these speed intervals. And you just want to throw up after every practice. And then you go out on Friday night and drink like 18 beers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then wake up at 5 a.m, get in the stupid van with the rest of the knuckleheads that were all drinking that night, and then go to an indoor track and then run the half mile and vomit in the middle of the run. Like here you're training so hard. I think there was a Swarthmore at an indoor track. And the track was dirt. It was a dirt track inside. And you had to run, I don't know how many laps to a mile. And at one point you had to run back behind the bleachers so you couldn't see anybody running. You come out and then you come around the thing. And I remember my friend Ed Bradley goes in and we're running there. I think it was a mile relay. He goes in to run, I think, first or second leg. He goes into the bleachers and he comes out from the bleachers. And the guy to the right of him, as you could break out from your lanes, has the entire left side of his body covered in everything Ed Bradley had consumed the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't care. You just like train hard, drink hard that night, and then throw up at the track meet, and then get back in the van where everybody smells like, that weird, gross smell of beer coming out of your pores.
It's incredible.
And the poor coach is like, guys, we train all week, and this is what we get?
Too drunk to talk, and instead vomited.
I've never been able to drink as much as I could in high school for some reason.
Oh, you set a goal for yourself, Joe. You focus the mind.
I've tried. Something about being 16, you're just indestructible.
Yeah, weird. We had wine coolers was a big thing we were consuming at that. Remember wine coolers?
Ugh.
Anybody? Am I?
Yeah, that's all I drink.
Come on, man. Bartles and James.
That's it.
Boom!
Yep.
Give me one of those raspberry. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
This one brought to you by the Puyallup RV Show. We've got a couple incidences here in Seattle North 5. We've got a stall at the West Seattle Bridge in the right lane, and then just past the West Seattle Bridge, a disabled vehicle in the left exit lane to the express lanes. And then we're looking at scattered backups now, approaching, really now from the Michigan Curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. We're up to 40 minutes to get through downtown. Our lake bridges are looking great. Westbound 520 jams up at Montlake over to I-5. Seattle to Everett at 45 minutes. You're slow from Shoreline through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, you just hit 1 hour. Scattered backups between Kirkland and Alderwood. And if you're heading through Monroe, both directions of Highway 2, we're bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway, and drivers are alternating at the scene. This is near milepost 11. And on the water, the Point Defiance Terminal and the Mukilteo terminals are both reporting 1 hour wait for drivers. The Puyallup RV Show is back April 30th through May 3rd. Check out all the new and pre-owned models from over 15 local dealers. Kids and parking always free. PuyallupRVShow.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we stand by our quality gutters. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation. And visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. We're here to help you achieve total wellness at home. Right now, save up to $2,800 on a saltwater hot spring spa for fabulous healthy soaks. Or save up to $12,000 on an endless pool swim spa and turn your backyard into a year-round swim oasis. These massive savings end April 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Missing teeth or tired of dentures? South Seattle Smiles offers permanent dental implants to restore your smile. Ask about their discount cash pricing and get a free consultation. Call South Seattle Smiles or visit southseattlesmiles.com.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack and a $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99 now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Former FBI Director James Comey is charged with threatening President Trump. CBS's Cammie McCormick with more.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche announced the 2 counts, including making a threat to take the life of the president.
I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody is dangerous and potentially a crime.
FBI Director Kash Patel.
James Comey allegedly threatened the life of the President of the United States. And as you all now know, shortly after posting that threat, he deleted that threat and then issued an apology.
Comey said he didn't know his Instagram post showing seashells forming the numbers 8647 would be associated with violence.
James Comey responds to the latest charges in an online video.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago. And this won't be the end of it. But nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go.
The Federal Communications Commission plans an early review of Disney's broadcast licenses for the ABC stations it owns. The review is part of the investigation initiated by FCC Chairman Brendan Carr into Disney's diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
What he's saying is that if Disney were to have engaged in discrimination because of their DEI initiatives, that there is an argument to be made that they should not have these licenses, these broadcast licenses.
King Charles III addresses a joint session of Congress. It comes at a time of tension between the U.S. and U.K. governments over the war with Iran. King Charles stresses the importance of countries working together.
It is my hope, my prayer, that in these turbulent times, working together and with our international partners, we can stem the beating of plowshares into swords.
The King and Queen are now attending a dinner at the White House. Also, the White House has shared a photo online of President Trump and King Charles III with the caption, "Two Kings," followed by a crown emoji, a post likely intended to rib the president's critics. A Texas legislative panel holds more hearings into the flooding last July 4th that killed 25 campers and 2 teenage counselors at an all-girls Christian camp. Investigators say Camp Mystic did not have an evacuation plan. Camp Mystic director Edward Eastland has apologized to the victims' families.
We tried our hardest that night, and it wasn't enough to save your daughters. We were devastated alongside you.
This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
We have new details in the attempted kidnapping of an 8-year-old girl, but first, Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. It's a busy commute through Seattle North 5. We've got 2 separate blocking issues. First, a stalled semi at the West Seattle Bridge, taking up your right lane. We're going on 2 hours of this guy sitting there. And then just past the West Seattle Bridge, another disabled vehicle blocks that left exit lane to the express lanes, but it's brief. You can just get right around it and still access the express lanes. Pretty solid now from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge, 40 minutes to get through downtown. South 5 slows from about Northeast 50th to I-90. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, though, is 1 hour with scattered backups from Kirkland all the way into Alderwood. Everett to Marysville, you're doing good, less than 10 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on 167 is 40. And through Shelton, both directions of Highway 101 are closed this afternoon, approaching C Street due to a collision. No estimation when this will reopen. The detour routes through downtown Shelton are jam-packed, heaviest mostly in the southbound directions. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle Police and King County deputies now searching for a gunman following a shooting in the White Center area this morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Seattle police say the shooting happened in an alleyway along Southwest Barton between 17th and 18th Avenues Southwest. There is an encampment about halfway down the alley there, and that's where the shooting happened. Here's SPD Detective Brian Pritchard.
Adult male shot once in the back. Right now, that person is in serious condition. We have King County out here assisting with their drone to try to locate the suspect.
The suspect is still at large. Police say they have no motive for the shooting. In White Center, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
22-year-old man is now being held on $750,000 bail in the attempted kidnapping of a little girl in West Seattle. Court documents show that man was holding a knife when he tried to grab the 8-year-old as she was playing with friends in a driveway. This happened on Saturday near California Avenue in Southwest Othello. The girl screamed, and neighbors stepped in. The man left the area. He has not yet been charged, but again remains behind bars. Community members packed Seattle City Hall today demanding action on open-air drug use. Seattle's Public Safety Committee Chair Bob Kettle says there are problems with the city's drug possession ordinance, which is meant to prioritize treatment and diversion.
The ordinance, in my view, has been a failure in itself, but also in its implementation.
And at today's meeting, we also learned drug arrests in the city surged 47% last year, but treatment diversions fell 30%. Washington's Attorney General is answering questions about a new report on the state's so-called Millionaire's tax. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
When asked, is it appropriate to work with lawmakers to help keep the Millionaire's tax off the November ballot, A.G. Brown attacked the question.
That's just wrong. My Solicitor General and people in the office were talking about how this couldn't go to referendum, so we weren't trying to bypass the voters. The framing of the question and the reporting of that is just incorrect.
Brown also denied his office helped Democrat lawmakers plan to force a challenge to case law in the state Supreme Court and change the Constitution, paving the way for a graduated income tax. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
To your forecast now, cloudy skies tonight, patches of morning fog tomorrow, then afternoon sunshine. Highs will be in the upper 60s for Wednesday, low 70s by Thursday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Cannoli, gelato, delish.
Oh, there we are. Thank you, Aaron, for that. Right after Aaron finishes his broadcast, he likes to yell out. We happen to catch him on mic, a hot mic on that one, giving us his recipe. Constantly talking food and baseball. Here we go to have it in the news, John Curley Show. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I called my cousin, Johnny, and I wanted to get him on the phone, but I can't because he's from New York and every other word is the F-bomb. And I'm like, can you come on and talk about the oil business? He works for this oil business. They have, let's see, you'd be great to talk to. I'll come on and talk. I'll talk all about it. You know, right now we got 10 wells going. Each well is $5 million. So I got $50 million sitting out there right now. We're primarily dealing with a spot price. That's how we deliver on the thing. I'm like, but I'm cutting out every F word because it was like every third word. And then it got down, then replaces the article the. I'm like, Johnny, you'd be great to have on the radio to explain it because you used to be a bond trader in New York. And now, for some crazy reason, here's this New Yorker down there in Texas, like selling oil. Like, yeah. And I'm like, just come on and explain why oil needs to trade $75 to $80 a barrel. He's like, look, here's what you need to know. The world consumes 97 million barrels a day, okay? That's like 6,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools, okay? There's 3 different ways you can buy, all right? You can know this? I'm like, okay. He goes, you can do spot price, right? So that you buy and you sell, deliver all in one day. A lot of people aren't doing that. You could do trading options. He says what the big guys do is they drill it, they research it, they drill it, they refine it, they deliver it all in one shot. He goes, we don't have the possibility to do that. So what we do is we we put a little bit down, we borrow the rest on leverage, and we hope it comes in at that price to make a little bit of money. And I go, okay, good. Come on and explain it. All right, when do you want to blank and have me blanking on the blanking radio? I'm like, never. So I said, can I go to Landman? And he's like, yeah, some of that stuff's pretty good. They put some stuff in there. It's like, not real, but like most of it is true. Most of it is true. I said, okay, can you tell me which scenes? And he told me one, and I had Joe find it. So Joe found it. So this is a pretty good idea of how it all works. Oh, the prices are going high and somebody's making so much money. As Johnny said to me, you don't want oil to go above $80 a barrel. I think it's at $120 right now or something, a speculation where the price is. You don't want that because then it affects demand. Stuff bottoms fall out. People don't like that. Okay, so he said this is a pretty good way of explaining how all of it works. Ready? I'll do perfect price first or the monologue. What do you like?
Hit the price first.
Here we go. Ready?
Well,
without any curses.
Yes.
You want oil to live above 60 but below 90.
There you go.
And don't get me wrong, we're still printing money at 90, but gas gets up over $3.50 a gallon, it starts to pinch. It hits 100, every product in America has to readjust its price. $78 a barrel, that's about perfect. It brings enough profit to keep exploring, but it don't sting as much at the pump.
There's this. Yeah, because here's what happens. When it starts to go up, right? It affects everything because oil is in everything.
They use clean energy to power the oil wells.
They use alternative energy. There's nothing clean about this.
Please, Mr. Oilman, tell me how the wind is bad for the environment.
Do you have any idea how much diesel they have to burn to mix that much concrete and put it together with a 450-foot crane? You want to guess how much oil it takes to lubricate that thing or winterize it? And its 20-year lifespan, it won't offset the carbon footprint of making it. And don't get me started on solar panels and the lithium in your Tesla battery. And never mind the fact that if the whole world decided to go electric tomorrow, we don't have the transmission lines to get the electricity to the cities.
Are you listening, Bob Ferguson?
It'd take 30 years if we started tomorrow.
30?
And unfortunately for your grandkids, we have a 120-year petroleum-based infrastructure. Our whole lives depend on it. And hell, it's in everything. That road we came in on, the wheels on every car ever made, including yours, it's in tennis rackets and lipstick and refrigerators and antihistamines, pretty much anything plastic. Your cell phone case, artificial heart valves, any kind of clothing that's not made with animal or plant fibers, soap, hand lotion, garbage bags, fishing boats, you name it. Everything. And you know what the kicker is? We're going to run out of it before we find its replacement.
It's the thing that's gonna kill us all. As a species.
No, the thing that's going to kill us all is running out before we find an alternative. And believe me, if Exxon thought them things right there were the future, they'd be putting them all over the damn place.
Exactly.
Getting oil out of the ground is the most dangerous job in the world. We don't do it because we like it. We do it because we run out of options. And you're out here trying to find something to blame for the danger besides your boss. There ain't nobody to blame but the demand that we keep pumping it.
Okay, so remember when you said it's in everything? So when oil goes to like $120 a barrel, that's everything. So that means the cost of the boat. That means the cost of the shoes. That means the cost of the belt. That means the cost of everything. And when it's inflationary and then people don't have the money to spend on those things, then the economy goes, right? And then the economy shrinks. GDP goes down. Revenue to the government drops. Unemployment increases. And we go into a recession. So from 1973 to about midway through 74, all the way through 73, all the way through 74 till about March, we had an oil crisis. We had a problem. And it threw us into a recession, a big recession. The Dow fell 40 points. When people talk about Nixon, oh, it was Watergate. That wasn't Watergate that ran Nixon out. It was the economy. I mean, part of it was Watergate. But the other part of it was we were in some deep doo-doo because we had a gigantic oil crisis that was inflationary, that caused unemployment, that caused the shrinking of the economy, that caused the shrinking of the revenues of the government, that caused cuts and a bunch of other stuff. And as long as it's flowing and everybody's happy, then everything moves along. But as soon as it gets too high, everything gets tight. And when everything gets tight, that's when people start to get hurt. So when it starts to go up, a little microcosm in the state of Washington, you hear people on this radio station, you hear elected officials talking about, affordability in the state of Washington. I think we're the third or fourth most expensive state. Why? Because we have the most expensive gas. That's why. It's passed on to everything. You go to the supermarket and you buy some Brussels sprouts because you want to make Brussels sprouts with bacon and maybe you want to put a little feta cheese on. Right. So you go to buy the Brussels sprouts. Why are they so expensive? Because that came in a truck that was diesel and it came with a bag. It was also included in the cost. Everything. When you raise the price of gasoline, it trickles through the economy. And we have a very, very expensive pipe dream that we are somehow going to go to net zero. We're not going to net zero because we don't have the money for net zero unless they continue to tax the crap out of all of us with the wet dream that somehow by 2030 we're going to be at net zero or we're not going to be producing any CO2. Was it 2040? I think we're supposed to be at net zero. So that's why it's so expensive here. And when you hear people, news stories about, gas and oil are so expensive in the state of Washington. Back in June 2022, when Russia goes into the Ukraine, oil spikes. And it stayed high through the summer, which was really hard for everybody because that's when everybody does all the driving. Then we had to release oil, and the rest had to jump in and throw some oil in order to sort of flatten stuff out. But here in the state of Washington, we are still way up there compared to everybody else because they've added an extra 50 cents to the cost of your gasoline, and that is to the cost of everything else. So whenever you hear some politician talk about affordability in the state of Washington, you can point directly to the CCA, the Climate Commitment Act. And for those of you that voted for it, Joe.
Yep.
If your name is Joe, and if you just got back from Hawaii, you voted for the CCA.
Yep.
So you have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I certainly didn't think that it was going to increase the cost as much as it did.
Mm-hmm.
I was promised pennies, or I was told pennies. That sounded good to me. It looked good on the ballot, worked clean energy, helped the environment. Certainly I wouldn't consider myself a very educated voter at the time. Didn't do any research on it, just saw it, looked good, was a feel-good vote. Kind of, this is like a tiny little pat myself on the back for voting for this. I don't mind spending a couple extra pennies per gallon. But I've come to learn in the last couple of years working with you, not just with you, but in this building, that not only was it much more than it was advertised, but none of that money is going to good use. Practically zero.
Right. As Todd Myers points out, the Department of Ecology is supposed to release every year or every 2 years its data about how much CO2 it is able to capture or reduce. And they haven't released it since 2021. So they won't tell you. Myers from Washington Policy Center says they know the CO2 numbers, but they don't want to let them out because they realize they've collected billions of dollars of our money and done nothing with it. But here's a question. When you heard Inslee say that it was only going to be pennies on the dollar, did you think that the oil producers, the ones that had to pay that, did you think that they weren't going to pass it along to us?
I had no idea how it worked, and I'm sure most people didn't.
Just like the
it's like, oh, hey, it's a small tax, a couple of cents. I'm happy to spare that for the environment, but I had no idea how it worked. I certainly didn't know that the mechanisms in which they needed to put in place bureaucratically just to pay for that. That's essentially what we've paid for is people to sit at desks and kind of, determine where they're going to funnel the money.
Right. Or teach kids how to ride bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or have community awareness programs. Yeah.
It feels very just funneling money into cronies' pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Which
we
seems
met
to be
one of those
happening a
cronies,
lot.
didn't we?
Who, Ruben?
I don't know.
Which one?
Well, we met a couple of them.
Sure.
That are doing quite well because of it. Yeah, people bought into, it's a couple of pennies, sure, save the world. A couple of pennies was going to cost me, sure, but now here we go. So people, why are things so expensive? They're so expensive because we pay for the gas, and gas drives part of the economy. I mean, there's other numbers in there too, but that's a big part of it because it is in everything that we get, everything that we buy. And as Billy Bob Thornton says, until we find something to replace it, then, we're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't find it. So we can get efficiency. We used to go from 8 miles a gallon to 15 miles a gallon, 36 miles a gallon. I think it's going to be biofuel, possibly, hopefully, or hydrogen. That would be great if we can get the research in on it. Or people end up with a hybrid, gas electric. And have those two things together. They're reduced. You get 60 miles a gallon. That'd be pretty good. You'd be okay with that. And, we've reduced the number of gallons of gas that we have to use. But don't forget, it's still in every other thing that we purchase. So you're saving the planet while you're screwing yourself at the exact same time.
I feel like we're getting robbed from both sides, in my opinion.
How's that?
The federal government, everything that they're doing that our tax dollars are going towards that nobody wants.
Like?
Including this war in Iran, the proxy, our funding proxy wars through Israel, all the ridiculous number of billions of dollars that are going towards that, which is causing gas prices to go up. So we're getting, on the federal side, we're participating in things that are causing the price to go significantly up, and we're paying on the climate side in Washington State uniquely.
Right. And the one thing you had control over was the CCA initiative. And rather than doing, I'm not, castigating you. Well, I am a little bit, but you bought the same way you don't trust the people in Washington, D.C., you should hold and reserve some credibility for the people here in the state of Washington. When you hear that it's only going to be pennies and stuff. So it's like, really?
They're all lying.
There you go.
And stealing.
Lying and stealing. There you go. All right.
Sign me up.
Here's a question. If you could all of a sudden cash in and find yourself, I don't know, $250,000 richer by just slightly distorting the truth, and you think, some people could afford it, some can't, but if I could make an extra $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year, every single year, I'd be willing to kind of bend the truth a little bit in order to benefit yourself.
Would I do that?
That's a great question, John.
Thank you.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
But I think that I think I'm unique in that regard, and I think about just about everybody in politics just gives away a little bit of their soul and their honor to make a little bit of money because it just feels like a little bit, but they're all doing it.
And they also figure, well, everybody else is doing it, so why shouldn't I do it?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Hopefully we have time to talk about it. The guy, did I send you the thing on who's the micro shoplifting?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do that at 5, by the way.
Yeah. The idea is, just take a little bit because screw the corporation because you know what? I'll just steal this and steal that from Whole Foods because they're robbing from everybody else. Right?
Yeah. And I think it was called social murder in that same article, they use social murder as the justification for killing the guy from United Healthcare.
Yes.
Oh, he like micro participated in the murder of so many thousands
because
of people.
He denied a lot of claims and then those people died, so therefore he needs to die. Yeah. I had a friend of mine who is in the real estate business, and he told me, he said, a lot of people, okay, they're going to sell their house, they're going to move to another state. They start shopping around, and then like, oh, I like this house. Then they buy into that neighborhood, and they get the house, and they're like, I don't like living here. Like they'll buy the wrong neighborhood or even buy the wrong state. He said there's one thing you can do before you decide you're going to buy that house, you're going to move to wherever, Tennessee or something. He said you need to drive to 3 separate parking lots and look for one thing. And if you find in one of those parking lots this one thing, that's probably a good place to start to purchase that house. There's your tease.
Nice.
Yes, old lady, rip one for me. Come on
that's
now.
a tease.
There you go. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, we have a unfortunate update out there in Shelton. State Patrol just confirmed we have a fatality that has closed both directions of Highway 101 approaching C Street, so plan on a long-term closure here while the investigation gets underway. Those detour routes through downtown Shelton are just jam-packed, so if you must travel that way this afternoon, just plan on some lengthy delays. Here in Seattle, we cleared both of our separate stalls, North 5, so we're left with scattered backups before the West Seattle Bridge or the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 minutes to get through these. South 5, you're going to slow in the U District, I-90. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, it's a 25-minute trip on 520, 20 minutes on I-90. Bellevue to Everett, an hour, 5 minutes. It is solid from 520 up to 522 in Bothell. You get a little clearing through Canyon Park, and then it thickens up again as you head into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett, just 45 minutes. You're slow from 145th in Shoreline to 164th in Mill Creek. Going the other way, Seattle to Federal Way has improved a bit to 25 minutes. It's slow from Interurban Avenue to 516, but you're kind of at a decent pace here. Tacoma to Olympia, 45 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I love the fact that K2 Vision is helping so many people, just like myself. It was about 5 years ago. I had to go get another pair of glasses. They kept getting thicker and thicker. Well, I'll tell you something. If the sun ever hit at the right angle, I felt sorry for any ant that happened to be within 50 feet of me. Just these Coke bottles I was wearing because I couldn't see long distance at night. I had a pair for that, and then up close trying to play the piano. That was my excuse. I can't see the notes. So I went to go over to Dr. Kopstein there at K2 Vision, RLE, K2 Vision RLE. And he looks at my eyes and he goes, "Well, you'd be a great candidate for this. You're over the age of 50. Your eyes are in terrible shape. Let's do it." I said, "Yeah, okay. 5 minutes one eye, 5 on the other." I said, "So it's 5." He goes, "Yeah, it takes about 2 Beatles songs." He likes to listen to the Beatles songs. Well, he does this. I go back in the next day or 2 days later. I have 20/20 vision. I have no more glasses, no more contacts, no more readers, none of that. 20/20 vision at my age. I'm telling you something. If you don't want to wear readers and glasses and contacts and have great vision, you want to talk to the doctors at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see. They know. They hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
KIRO News Radio. Breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Deputies in Thurston County are right now investigating a shooting involving law enforcement. Very few details at this hour, but the sheriff's office says this happened on Hoffman Road near 18th Avenue South in Olympia. No word yet if anybody was injured. Expect closed roads and detours in that area. We have reached out to deputies for more information, and we will bring you the latest as soon as we hear back. Meanwhile, in Stevens County this morning, a sheriff's deputy was shot. KIRO Radio's Frank Lenzi has that.
It happened while the deputy was responding to a burglary call at a home near Suncrest. That's about 30 minutes northwest of Spokane. The Spokesman Review reports the sheriff visited the wounded deputy in the hospital, and he is expected to recover. According to KXLY-TV, the suspect barricaded himself in that home for hours and exchanged gunfire with deputies. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Not clear yet if that suspect was wounded or what their condition is. Washington's Attorney General is taking legal action against the company that runs the Northwest Ice Processing Center in Tacoma. AG Nick Brown says he's asking a judge to require it to admit state health inspectors.
State law puts reasonable health and safety standards on many facilities, including private detention facilities, and the state ensures that these facilities are healthy and safe through inspections.
Lawsuit follows 10 denied inspections and more than 3,500 complaints from detainees. Company that runs the facility referred our questions to ICE. Starbucks stock is surging in after-hours trading after the coffee giant posted strong second quarter earnings. Revenue hit $9.5 billion, up about 9%. CEO Brian Nichols says they're also seeing more customers inside stores, marking a second straight quarter of traffic growth.
Our Back to Starbucks strategy is working because we're executing with rigor and focus, and the outcomes are showing up in real and visible ways.
Company also raised its financial outlook for the rest of the year. At this hour, Starbucks stock about 6% higher in after-hours trading. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, it's a 40-minute trip through downtown Seattle, northbound I-5 this afternoon. Pretty solid now from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, we're stop and go from Ravenna Boulevard to I-90. Bellevue to Everett, a little over an hour commute with a solid backup from 520 to 522. You'll clear out a bit through Canyon Park, and then it gets thick again as you make your way into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett, just 45 minutes. You're slow at 145th and Shoreline up to 164th. Bellevue to Renton's a half-hour commute. It is really thick from 520 through Factoria before things start to thin out for you. And both directions of Highway 101 are closed through Shelton this afternoon, approaching C Street as we have a fatality investigation underway. Plan on a long-term closure, and those detour routes through downtown Shelton are jam-packed this afternoon. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
For your forecast now, cloudy skies tonight, some patchy morning fog tomorrow, then afternoon sunshine, highs in the upper 60s for Wednesday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It starts on your street, in your home, with a problem you're struggling to solve. That's where KIRO 7 Investigates comes in. They show up, they ask hard questions, they get you answers. When your story is seen, change isn't just possible, it's already happening. Watch KIRO 7 News weeknights, 5 to 6:30 p.m. and at KIRO7.com/investigates.
Buggies, auto service centers. Take the car to Bucky's. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. You'll want to kiss the men and women that work there. A gentle kiss on the cheek says thanks for fixing my car. Give them a hug, a pat on the back, yes, Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Don't sexually harass them. They got work to do. Here's Nate talking a little about his experience at Bucky's.
Oh, yeah.
Bucky's Auto Service Center.
I love that place. Dana, he's the man to talk to.
You talk to Dana, a guy with a girl's name.
Oh, you won't say that to him if you see him.
Don't say that to Dana.
Dana's a big man who rides a Harley.
Big man that knows how to fix Nate's car.
And he can tell you all about a carburetor.
Yeah, he knows.
But those aren't in cars today, so who cares?
But he'll tell you about them.
Yes, he will. Go see Dana.
Dana gonna fix your car. Maybe the hugging and kissing, you better hold back on that. 50 years is a long time. 16 locations. That's a lot of choices for a young man like you.
But Dana's in Shoreline.
Dana's in Shoreline. Okay, never mind. All right, we're done.
Can I read a couple text messages for you?
Oh, we are out of time.
Oh, fine.
Now I got to go to more commercials. Oh, go ahead.
Kevin in the 206 says, so don't we export more oil than we actually import, or is that a bad fact?
No, we do export. We're exporting more oil than anybody else, but it also goes into the market. And don't forget, there's a whole bunch of additional costs, delivery, refinery, all the rest that goes with it. And it's going into the international market, and everybody's buying it. So, yes, we do, but we don't keep it here because the stuff that we actually end up getting out of the ground is not the best stuff for gasoline. Goes into the open marketplace. The other problem is we don't have any refineries. The last one that was built in California in 1974, memory serves me correctly, and that one has closed down. All the oil refineries are being done in Louisiana, but I guess the oil that we're getting is not the oil that we need for gas. That's coming from somewhere else. But anyway, yes.
Adam, the Staples driver, says, John, don't forget the Climate Commitment Act can go to as high as $1 per gallon.
It can. That's right.
253, since the U.S. is not importing oil, i.e. self-sufficient, just how much money are the oil companies making?
Yeah, how much do they make? Well, don't forget the cost, right? Like I talked about my cousin with his stuff. So if you $5 million, what he said, $5 million for each rig. He's got 10 rigs going. They got $50 million invested in the thing.
Are these land drills?
Yeah,
okay.
The same thing you'll see in land, man. He said, we got the cost sitting out there, so we got a borrowing cost on this thing. We know where the oil is. We're a lot better. We got to go 6 miles down and 3 miles over to go get this stuff, hit this, vein of oil, and then extract it, pull it up, and then you got to be able to transport it, ship it. There's so many additional costs to go in, and then it can vary depending on what the spot price is, what the delivery price, contracts, and all the rest goes with it. Very complicated, but the nice thing is you can get a lot cheaper in Oregon and Idaho. Anything else?
Yes, Doug in Puyallup says, if I was a teacher, I would require all of my students to watch at least the first episode of Landman so they can see exactly what oil does. Ironically, even solar panels are made of oil.
Yeah. And it's also interesting, you should ask any one of your elected officials in the state of Washington, how much money have we put aside in order to retire and deconstruct all of the windmills and the solar panels? The answer will be, huh? What?
Old Man John says they rubbed out the guy who made the car that ran on water a long time ago.
Oh, that guy?
Also, anyone who wants...
He was sitting in a restaurant, and then he stood up, walked out in the parking lot, and said, "I've been poisoned," and he fell over.
That's right. It's a cake or something.
I think the guy that came up with the car that ran on water.
He also says anyone that wants power should never be allowed to get it. A person that runs for office should automatically be banned from office forever.
By the way, there are now, I forget how many number of states right now that it's slowly marching towards an amendment that term limits. I think it's 14 states now or something have approved term limits.
For what? Congressional term limits?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. By the way, we're going to have a guy on in a couple of weeks. We're trying to get him on who will show you how to make your own oil or your own gasoline.
Wow, that's a tease.
Thank you, Gas Yo Lady.
Let's
Speaking
see.
of gas.
Graham in Sammamish says, I think the Climate Commitment Act is dumb and I hate it.
Good.
Being devil's advocate here, doesn't higher gas prices help us use less of it? There's only so much oil in the ground.
Yeah, okay, but are you going to use less what? Do you still want to eat? Do you still want clothes? Do you still want everything else that goes with it? It's just not in your car. Yeah, you use less of it, which means what you're not driving as much, means you're not shopping as much, means you're not spending as much, means there's less money in the store, means less money rotating around. We are 66% of the economy. That is us buying, a can of corn. And the rest of it is all government money that's thrown into the economy. But you don't want it to go too high. Because it goes too high, people stop spending money, and then everything closes up.
Feels like we're getting pretty high. You said earlier today, pre-show, that the price per barrel of oil would be like $1,500 by...
Oh, that's so many ridiculous things. It'd be $1,400 by 2050. But don't forget, there's also inflation included in that. Okay. Inflation 2 or 3%, right?
Still seems like a big jump.
There's a long way up. That's never going to happen.
What's your opinion on the...
I'm for it.
No, do you believe that there is an alternative energy source that's been found and that's being intentionally kind of kept?
So there's an energy source. As an energy source, but there's only one part of what oil does. Oil is the oil, the sweet oil, the crude oil, the stuff that run our trucks and stuff. But then there's other oils as well that are also extracted from that are also used for a whole bunch of other things. But just for energy, just slice the energy part of it out of it. And then could we find some other alternative? Yeah, it'd be nice. Is it being blocked by the big guys? Believe me, if the big guys could get in there and find some other way, a cheaper way to produce some way to get your car from point A to point B, they would do that. They don't like having all that money hanging out. They make some money. Sometimes they lose some money depending on what's happening with the market. But sometimes these guys get totally screwed. Not the big guys, not Conoco and BP and Chevron, because they have enough capital. They can cover all aspects of it. But if you're somebody like my cousin who's got the 10, drills going all the time, they better hope that the stuff doesn't go to be too expensive, because then it just screws up their contracts. There's just a lot of little things that have to work properly for them. But could some other alternative come along to be able to power cars? I would hope so.
What do you make of the 120-year lifespan of our dependency on oil? Is that,
I'm still waiting for all of Al Gore's predictions to become correct, come to fruition. He hasn't done a follow-up. It's amazing. I know he won an Academy Award for it. He could do another one, Inconvenient Truth or Inconvenient Lies. So for him, he lives in his, 12,000 square foot? How big is his mansion in Tennessee? Flying around in private jets to tell all the rest of us that we should tighten our belts and start eating bugs. Screw that guy. I remember when Rye was in 7th grade at Eastside Catholic. Shout out to Eastside Catholic, great school. Rye said, are we going to be able to see an opposing point of view movie? Another movie that the other side? And the teacher there at that time said, well, what do you mean, what other side? Other point of view other than this. I was like, this is it.
Yeah, I saw a fat polar bear the other day. I knew he was lying.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff hasn't come true yet. Okay. I never got to my thing about what you're supposed to look for in a neighborhood.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you're so busy with your questions.
No, you took Bucky's to like a 3-part trio.
I admit I couldn't help myself. Andrew knew what he was doing. All right, here comes Nate. Checking traffic.
Seattle Sports has the update. Eastbound 16 at Center Street there in Tacoma by Cheney Stadium. A collision blocks 2 right lanes. Also, the end of the on-ramp from South Orchard is blocked. And right now, 16, you're back to bumper to Pearl Street. Tacoma to Olympia, we've gone up to 50 minutes. Got some slowing heading through Lakewood and then really thick through JBLM for a couple miles. Here in Seattle, plan on 40 minutes to get through downtown on northbound I-5. It is now solid from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound 99 as an alternate route is packed through the downtown tunnel. Bellevue to Everett, a little over an hour and 5 minutes. It's solid now from Kirkland all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. Seattle to Everett still hanging on at 45 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, a half-hour commute. It's thick from 520 through Factoria, and then things open up for you. And out in Monroe, both directions of Highway 2 are bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway. So drivers, you're alternating at the scene. This is at milepost 11. No estimated time that this is going to wrap up. It's been with us through the entire afternoon. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Clogged gutters? Not anymore. K-Guard by Guardian keeps leaves out, water flowing, and your home protected year-round. No maintenance, no rust, just lasting peace of mind. Guardian Roofing, the original Make Your Roof Last company. Visit GuardianRoofing.com.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. Ready to create your home wellness retreat? Whether you love a relaxing session in infrared or traditional steam heat, we have the perfect Tilo sauna waiting for you. Up your wellness game by building your own contrast therapy studio, featuring a new sauna and our amazing Vigor Cold Plunge. Buy both and save up to $5,000. Savings end April 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Missing teeth or tired of dentures? South Seattle Smiles offers permanent dental implants to restore your smile. Ask about their discount cash pricing and get a free consultation. Call South Seattle Smiles or visit southseattlesmiles.com.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
John Curley here. You know what a smart thing to do right now? Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Choose a Lennox cooling system and get a heating system free. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today. We find out that is Kettle coming on?
Not today.
Oh, Joe. Big fail on that one.
He's taking his daughter to a school event. So.
Okay. Well, you excuse that. That's fine. We wanted to talk to him because Mr. Kettle there on the City Council of Seattle is trying to tighten things up because he realizes we got a big problem with homelessness. And he looked down there because he was inspired by the piece that Danny Westney wrote in the Seattle Times. Good job, Danny, to inspire action. Basically saying what's happening down there in Chinatown is a disgrace and somebody needs to enforce the law. Now you get Mr. Kettle, who said, yeah, we need to get the police to do something. They've done it in San Francisco. They're not doing it in Seattle. And San Francisco has stepped in and they are taking the money and they're saying, okay, you're off the street. You can't be on the street. If you're addicted to drugs, we're going to give you money. We're going to give you help. We're going to get you off that. We're going to break that cycle. Not going to necessarily just stick you in a house, and that's going to be it. So San Francisco is seeing some really, really numbers that are going up and going down. Their homicide rate has decreased considerably. San Jose as well, because they're doing the exact same thing. Their number of homeless is coming off the street. Number of addiction or overdoses also declining because they're intervening and they're actually some little bit of tough love. It looks like Kettle might be trying to do the same sort of thing here in the state of Washington or in the city of Seattle. The resistance he gets were mostly from people that it's the people with it's the white folks with the good teeth, the Netflix account, and
to lead with compassion.
Yes,
continue.
yeah, they're the people that shop at PCC, and they're all about meeting people where they are, which is
bodily autonomy,
on the ground in soiled pants. They're okay with meeting them there, just meeting them there, and then moving on, but not doing anything really for them. So we'll see what the fight is that Kettle is up against, because the police, their hands are tied, and they're like, what do you want us to do? The LEAD program is a joke. We tell people, oh, you can go here and you can get this and get that, but it doesn't change the numbers.
And they have 10 years of data to show absolutely nothing for it.
Right. Okay. And the last time they audited that LEAD program was, I don't know what year it was, 2020 or something. They said we need more money to make it work, that old tale. I made a prediction at the beginning of the year. I said because San Francisco is tightening things up, Everett is tightening, Marysville, Burien, I said the number of homeless in the city of Seattle will increase, unfortunately. The number will continue to go up. And in King County and Seattle, it will rise. I think I said like by 10 or 12%, something like that, because people from San Francisco will come up here. People from Everett and Burien will come here because when the drugs are cheap and the crime is free, the people respond to incentives. And that's unfortunately the story until they do something about it. And we'll see if Kettle is able to get anybody to come with him on that. Have you seen anything in the press or the city council meeting that he had?
I mean, he's essentially just saying, pointing out what I think most people, if you live or work downtown, is pretty obvious that we are failing. And there's absolutely no results. We're spending money that's doing nothing. We have programs that are basically canceling each other out.
Yep.
We offer, ways for people to continue to get high without, any opportunity for service. So we're putting them in tiny houses and then upgrading them to the, DECU buildings.
And is it the blues used to be $5 a pill? I think it's dropped down to $1 or something like that. Is it not fentanyl? What is it?
No, it is fentanyl.
Still
which
fentanyl.
Is why it is so cheap. It used when it was just, good old regular old heroin. It was $10.
Just like Mom used to do.
Yeah, $10 a hit. Now, a guy I talked to a couple of weeks ago said it's down to 50 cents to essentially get you through, 5 or 6 hours. So 50 cents is all you need. You get a couple of bucks, you stand on the side of the road, you got a couple of days worth of fentanyl to smoke.
And it's 50 cents?
50 cents a hit.
Here's Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All righty then. Eastbound 16 at Center Street near Cheney Stadium. Got a collision blocking your right lane. Also, the end of the on-ramp from South Orchard is partially blocked, causing an early merge. So that bumper-to-bumper backup stretches back almost to Jackson Avenue now. Here in Seattle, still about a 40-minute trip downtown, northbound I-5. It's pretty solid. Approaching the West Seattle Bridge now across the Ship Canal. Northbound 99, your alternate route is packed through the downtown tunnel. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, half hour on 520. You're bumper to bumper mid-span over to I-5. It's about 20 minutes on I-90, and it's slow from Island Crest Way to I-5. Seattle to Federal Way, just 25 minutes. We're starting to clear out along South Center now. Out of Monroe, both directions of Highway 2 are bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work alternating traffic there at the scene. That's milepost 11. And both directions of Highway 101 are closed through Shelton this afternoon approaching C Street as a fatality investigation is underway. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Good night. I know what it's like. I'm telling you, when the hair begins to thin, the crown disappears, and that hair loss just starts to rob you of your identity. That's how I felt before I visited Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's got a simple one-day treatment. They regrew my own natural hair. They do the exact same thing for you. Because you don't want to be bald. You see it going away and it's not coming back. And you're like, okay, well, a comb over? Should I bring back the 70s comb over? Or a collection of hats? That would probably not be good. And you don't want to shave your head because who knows? Maybe you got a weird birthmark up there. Just get your hair back. That would be the best move. You set up a free consultation. They give you $250 off. They give you $200 in free hair graft. You just simply call 425-449-8185. And you don't have to wait because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. You have nothing to lose but your hair. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. That's 2 years in a row on the 425 magazine. 425-449-8185. Visit them online at advancedhair.com.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Holy smokes!
The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
With summer right around the corner, Valentine Roofing's schedule is filling up fast. Jake Skorheim here. I want to give you 3 reasons why you should pick up the phone and call Valentine today. Number 1, there's still time to beat the summer rush and get your roof started in as little as 3 weeks. Number 2, when the nice weather hits, you'll be enjoying your backyard instead of worrying about your roof. And 3, with the increased cost of crude oil, material prices going up, shipping prices going up, lock in your price now before the market absorbs all those price increases. Call 206 Roofing today, and I guarantee there'll be no surprises, just a clear estimate you can trust. And once you choose Valentine Roofing, here's what you can expect. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. That's the Valentine experience and the reason that they were awarded the 2025 Gold for Best Roofing Company by the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. Call 206 Roofing today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted again, this time for allegedly making threats against President Trump. CBS's Cammie McCormick has Comey's response.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago.
Comey had posted to Instagram a photo of seashells forming the numbers 8647. He later deleted the photo, saying he didn't realize some people associated those numbers with violence. Charges against Comey in another case were dismissed in November. He posted his reaction to the latest charges on his Substack.
Nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go.
Elon Musk takes the stand on the very first day of court in his lawsuit against artificial intelligence company OpenAI. Musk is demanding tens of billions of dollars in damages from the defendants for allegedly lying. CBS's Jolene Kent with details.
Musk took the stand under oath, testifying about his position that he had originally, as a co-founder of OpenAI, contributed money in order to help sustain a mission of a non-profit organization that OpenAI originally started as. He is alleging in his lawsuit that Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, and the company itself misled him intentionally when they turned OpenAI into a for-profit enterprise.
OpenAI calls the lawsuit a baseless and jealous bid to derail a competitor. Millions in the central U.S. are under the threat of severe storms, including tornadoes and hail. CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano has more.
North Texas is really getting hit. Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex are under a number of severe weather warnings, including some tornado warnings. So look out, especially the north side of town along the Grapevine and through Denton and Frisco and Plano.
State dinner is being held at the White House with guests of honor, Britain's King and Queen. Earlier today, King Charles III spoke to a joint meeting of Congress about the unity between the U.S. and U.K.
Standing here today, it is hard not to feel the weight of history on my shoulder, because the modern relationship between our two nations and our own peoples spans not merely 250 years, but over 4 centuries. A
U.S. Special Forces soldier has pleaded not guilty in federal court in New York to charges that he used classified information about the mission to capture former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro to win more than $400,000. Gannon Ken Van Dyke is accused of using the information on the prediction market Polymarket. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'm Tony. There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers. How are you? I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up, a deputy-involved shooting turns fatal in Thurston County. The latest after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, this one brought to you by Global Credit Union. In Tacoma, eastbound 16 at Center Street, we're making progress. Our collision is now cleared to your right shoulder. Still partially blocking the very end of the on-ramp from South Orchard, causing an early merge down there. So we're still dealing with a pretty hefty backup starting back at Pearl Street. Here in Seattle, 40 minutes through downtown Seattle, North 5, pretty solid from the approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound 99, your alternate route is packed through the downtown tunnel, so take your pick here. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, half hour on 520. You're going to jam up at mid-span. 20 minutes on I-90. It's slow from Island Crest Way all the way over to I-5. In Monroe, both directions of Highway 2 remain bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, which is near milepost 11, where we have maintenance work underway, and traffic is alternating at the seam. And in Shelton, both directions of Highway 101 are closed, approaching C Street for a fatality investigation. Plan on this being a long-term closure. So detour routes through Shelton, this is what we're looking at. Northbound 3 is packed, and southbound on Olympic Highway and Northcliffe roads are jam-packed as well. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and an early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, continuing coverage.
And good evening, I'm Aaron Garnilla. We have just learned that deputies shot and killed a person today in Thurston County following a high-speed chase and a shootout. Sheriff's office says deputies tried to stop a car going about 90 miles an hour in a 35 zone on Yelm Highway Southeast. That driver fled, they say. The chase ended with both the deputy and suspect crashing near Morse Merryman Road in Olympia. Investigators say the suspect ran into a neighborhood. Gunfire was exchanged. The suspect died at the scene. No deputies were hurt. A passenger was arrested. Neighbors are describing an attempted kidnapping in West Seattle. Court documents show a group of kids playing on Saturday when a 22-year-old man grabbed an 8-year-old girl in a driveway. More from KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley.
Now, witnesses also say that man had a knife in his other hand when this happened. The girl screamed, which police say got the attention of another child inside one of the homes. That child then reported it to an adult before running outside. Police say the suspect took off, leaving the girl behind. Thankfully not hurt, but understandably terrified.
Suspect is now in jail after a judge set bail at $750,000. The move to dismantle the King County Regional Homelessness Authority is gaining some traction. Councilmember Ron Dembowski introduced legislation with Reagan Dunn after an audit found millions misspent. Dembowski addressed the issue with G and Ursula just last week.
I just think you've set up a structure that is almost destined to not succeed. You know, the more lines of authority and accountability you've got, the harder it is to drive results.
Now, Dembowski says this will be a process to disband the Homelessness Authority. He says the council is on track to take up the motion in August. Washington's Attorney General is answering questions about a recent report surrounding Washington's so-called Millionaire's tax.
After nearly 1,000 emails and documents uncovered an apparent plan to overturn case law leading to a graduated income tax on all Washingtonians, A.G. Brown was asked point blank, do you think it's appropriate for your office to be giving lawmakers advice on how to break the state constitution?
It is very common for AG's offices to advise their clients on the law, the status of cases. It is something that all of my predecessors have done. So yes, I think it's pretty common and appropriate.
Brown also denies advising lawmakers on how to avoid a referendum on the Millionaire's tax. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
And your forecast now calls for more cloudy skies tonight, some patchy fog tomorrow morning, and then sunshine. Highs will be in the upper 60s Wednesday, 70s on Thursday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Kind of worried about the club.
Oh, no. The club?
Don't worry about the club. Worry about maybe Jackie might worry. Nah, don't worry.
Back to poor Larry King. People enjoyed that on Friday, Joe. I was very, very tired.
I know. I got to go back and listen.
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Best under fire. Done this before. Done been here before. These are things I look for in a young MD. Diving in and wow! Exciting! The Makosu Casino Resort text line is always there for you. And your text message is 1-888-973-5476. We had our friend Dan Flynn on from American Spectator, who has a Boston accent, and he admitted that he hates it.
I know. Sad.
Then he hated his father's accent. He hates his accent. I never met a person from Boston who was like, normally I talk to people from Boston like, what accent? I'm like, wow, okay. But it's...
He moved out of state, didn't
we
he?
cherish those accents.
I know.
I love it. There was a bunch of folks sitting around doing a podcast. Imagine that. People just want more podcasts all the time. These guys, very rich, folks that live, I think, over in Brooklyn or wherever they are in New York, they're sitting around talking about they're sticking it to the man. They're gonna show Jeff Bezos, who's a billionaire, that I'm going to steal from him because screw capitalism. And this became like this. I don't even know who watches this podcast. I guess we're certain people that enjoy that sort of witty banter back and forth between these three. It became this big story because people are like, wait a minute, you admit to going around stealing stuff? New York Times podcast proposes micro-looting as a form of activism.
I'm proposing a new term.
Okay. Does she have Boca flying? Does her voice go down at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Micro-looting.
I started going into the grocery store. I would pick up the thing that I wanted, and then I would go.
It's a survival technique. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat.
Okay. I don't know the next part of it. So she steals a lemon or two because it's her private protest against Jeff Bezos, who has all this money, and he doesn't need it. And if I can hurt capitalism and hurt Jeff Bezos, I'm going to steal something. And the other two were like, yeah, I do the same thing. I think that's a great idea. A few other social media. These are other people that are doing it.
I forgot 4 lemons. And on several occasions, I was like, I'm just going to go back, grab those 4 lemons and get the hell out. And
you should go to prison.
I know. You think they're going to ban me?
They should throw you in jail.
But I didn't feel bad about it at all.
No. Okay. You give yourself permission to go ahead and steal.
People are taking small things from big corporations, and they're feeling justified.
Like, look, everyone's shoplifting from Whole Foods when you're shopping there.
Oh, my God. They steal from corporations. You're not stealing from a corporation. You're stealing from people.
You're not going to steal from a deli.
Is this a bunch of people on social media talking about how they steal?
Like that. But Whole Foods, Bezos, Amazon, all that.
Oh, my God. What a bunch of morons. They should riot, but we're tired.
We should be rioting, but we're tired, so I'm going to take these bagels.
Oh, my God. Wow. I guess people put this up because they just want people's reaction to it. They just want people to like it or share it or whatever. So it's like, look at me, I'm going to steal something and put it up. And they're not even embarrassed by it. Then the self-proclaimed communist, this guy whose parents are quite wealthy, he was educated and I think he was born over and overseas, and then he came over here. Big part of the interview. Here is justification, I guess, for the murder, the assassination of United Healthcare. Brian Thompson.
Engels wrote about...
Engels, okay, the Marxism, communism, yeah.
The concept of social murder. And Brian Thompson, as the United Healthcare CEO, was engaging in a tremendous amount of social murder. I saw so many people immediately understand why this death had taken place.
So they excused it, they understood it. It's one thing to understand something. But it's another thing after I understand why it happened. Do you then take the next step to say that it's justified? Because I don't know if we want to live in that world. But what they're able to do is say, because Brian Thompson worked for United Healthcare, and because United Healthcare would not pay, I think they had a very, very high non-payment plans for people that would submit, different medical things. Doctor says you need this treatment and this treatment and this treatment. United Healthcare is like, yeah, we're not going to pay for that. That's too expensive. We're not going to pay for that. And then because of that, then you could put 2 and 2 together come up with the number 4, and then you come up with the number 86, which is the end of those people because they had a medical condition. The doctor suggested this type of treatment. United Healthcare had their bean counters look at it and say, no, we're not going to do it. And then it would lead to the death of the individual. And then this guy, as well as others, as well as Luigi Mangione, was thinking, well, because you allowed that person to die, then therefore you should die. And somehow that was going to solve the problem. It's weird how people want to justify small actions to think that's going to change other actions, which leads to the shopping cart experiment. And I said this a couple hours ago, which was a friend of mine who said, well, if you're going to buy a house in another city, because a lot of people, I'm going to move out of Washington, it's too expensive. I'm going to move to Arizona, move to Nevada. He says, before you buy the house, because you buy that house, you're stuck. And you might not like the neighborhood. You might not like the people that are around it. You might not like the culture of the neighborhood or the people that are there, whatever it is. He said, what you do is you drive around to 3 or 4 different shopping centers and you look for one thing. And what you look for is shopping carts. If they are not in the shopping cart rack, if they are scattered amongst the parking lot, don't buy a house in that neighborhood. Because it says something about your neighbors. It makes a comment about how they feel about you. You, the person who needs the shopping cart. If the person does not put back the shopping cart, they normally have 3 or 4 excuses. 1, oh, no one else is doing it. 2, I didn't know, or I normally do 99% of the time, but I didn't put them away this time. There's this whole sort of science that goes into the shopping cart idea. Let's see, where is that? Did I give you that, Joe? Did you put that in there yet?
I've got it right here.
Yeah, okay. So there's a guy who started this website, and I think they're called
Cartnarks.
Cartnarks.
It's a YouTube page.
Yeah, and it's got millions of views or something. This guy goes around, the other people go around, and when he sees somebody not put back a shopping cart, they go up and they ask.
That's not where the carts go. They go right there. She rolled down the wrong window, back window. Now she's reaching for the stick shift, so we're gonna go the return shot cart like a jerk. So you let your cart out. I can't hear you. You let your cart out on this curb here, man.
That's so somebody that parks here can grab one on their way in.
Well, if only they had a spot to grab them on the way in, like right there.
Do you know how many times I've had to come out and get a cart?
How many?
Oh, I don't know, like 12 or 13 times?
Well, that's no good. They should have more cart return attendants then. But leaving your cart out here doesn't make it any bit easier for the next person to find a cart. But since you stopped, I'll get it for you.
Well, I was gonna make sure the guy that gets the carts has a job.
Oh, I didn't realize that. See, well, now, tell me real quick, if you put this cart right there, how would that get rid of his job? He'd still have to take it back inside from there.
Oh, but he would do it sooner.
And then he'd be fine, because you saved him, because you shaved 15 seconds onto his job, he would lose his job?
Yeah. Okay. They make a whole bunch of excuses. There is a behavioral scientist who looked at it, and he said what happens is people look to see, well, what is everybody else doing? I'll do what everybody else is doing. So it evokes the norm. And that's just you evolve to the norm. So if everybody's doing it, then you do it, right? Because apparently nobody seems to care. It's the broken window theory that if you break a window, someone else will break the next window. So if you look that if everybody's putting the shopping cart away, you will evolve to the norm, and then you'll see everybody else do it. But why do they do it? Why do you put the shopping cart away? Nobody's watching. There's no laws against it. You're not fined. Although in some countries, I think it's Aldi, A-L-D-I, Aladi supermarkets. It's over in Europe. Aldi?
Sure, yeah.
Aldi. Yeah. Do you want the cart? You got to put a quarter in. You put a quarter in, you get the cart. You bring the cart back, you get the quarter back. But then there's people that put stuff up online about how to get around that system. But you do it for everybody else. You do it because everybody else does it. It's just the right thing to do. But if you're like, I'm not doing the right thing because for whatever reason, I don't feel like it, or screw that guy. But if everybody just sort of puts the cart away because it just is the right thing to do. And you might be tired, but you're thinking of your neighbor. And if everybody thinks of their neighbor, then everything just sort of works out for everyone. But if everyone else is not obeying it, then you end up with a parking lot full of carts. But it's more than that. The symbolism is you end up living in a community where people don't think of the others. And, then if that's the place you want to live, well, that's the place you're going to be. And you probably won't see a lot of people show up for, I don't know, whatever the community event is or the Little League tryouts or somebody gets cancer. The one great thing about Cle-Elum, boy, I'll tell you something. You put something on Cle-Elum Facebook, what's up? So-and-so, such and such's dog disappeared or cat got lost. Everyone's like, oh, I think I saw the cat or found the cat or the cat's in my backyard. I'll try to give it some milk and I'll capture it and bring it. Or so-and-so, such and such who works over here. She got some bad news from the doctor. We're having I don't know, raffle or something at the Eagles, and people show up. They raise $800 and everybody's happy. Give her the money. It really is a sense of community. So the reason put the carts away, one, you don't want to be judged by somebody who sees you not put the cart away. But the other thing is that's what a community does. You put your own feelings aside for somebody else. Opening the door, holding the door, please and thank you. All the little stuff that just adds up to just making a better world. And not having to live next to people that somehow justify, stealing from.
I'm proposing a new term, micro-looting.
I started going into the grocery store. I would pick up the thing that I wanted, and then I would go.
It's a survival technique. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat.
Okay, really? Really, that person is stealing to live?
We're so broken.
Show, that's what?
Don't you feel like it? I mean,
no. We are in the business. We are in the business of cesspool swimming. We're not in the business of building cesspools. We don't clean cesspools. We don't design them. Our job is to jump in every day.
That's fair.
And we could jump in the deep end where there's a lot of stuff, or we can get down the other end and wade around with a bunch of little turds floating around. That's our job. Our job, what do you do for a living? Oh, I swim in a cesspool every day. Oh, what do you do? Oh, is it rewarding?
Yeah.
The pay's good. I get a chance to talk about stuff. Then what do you do? Oh, I take a shower, go home, have something to eat, smoke a joint, feel better, wake up the next morning, dive back into the cesspool.
You know what? Thank you. That is a good reminder that we are.
This is what we do. It's not like you're surprised. Oh, look at this. Here's the turd. Looks like somebody had some corn last night. You're shocked by that? That's our job. Our job is to talk about all the turds that are floating around society. And occasionally go, you know what? Maybe we should, not have that. Or let's cut down on the amount of that stuff. But we, human beings, are fallible. We are selfish. We are, unfortunately, as self-centered. We are greedy. We are mean. We are rude. We are fallen angels. And occasionally, some story pops up, and we're like, look at that. Something good. It's like a good Snickers bar, unopened in the septic system. And we run over to it. We're like, hey.
We wash it off.
We wash it off. We cut it in half and share it. But generally, this is it.
Yeah.
And hopefully when people tune in, they're like, I know, but give us some good stuff or give us some perspective or allow us to at least go, okay, so things aren't that bad. There's some good news in there. Or here's some solution to some of these things. And then we celebrate the good stuff. But we also have to deal with the floating poops like these people. Yeah, like this guy.
People are taking small things from big corporations, and they're feeling justified.
Like, look, everyone's shoplifting from Whole Foods when you're shopping there.
Okay. They in that podcast, they do a lot of comparisons like, oh, well, would you share your Netflix password? Technically, that's stealing. Oh, would you download an MP3 back in the Napster days? Mm-hmm. I think
I always say that name a system and people will cheat it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So I guess that they're saying that this is essentially the same thing. You're just stealing a tiny little fraction of somebody's revenue.
Yeah. What do we have planned for the next? I came across a really interesting sort of experiment.
We got time.
All right, here, real quick before we go to the break.
Oh, I mean.
Then I'll do the next one.
Yeah,
all right.
Do it next.
All right,
do
and we'll. Here we do this for fun. Ready? Call up. We'll screen you a little bit if we can. 1-888-973-5476. 1-888-973-5476. Call up, and I'll put you through a little social experiment, and we'll see where you fit. Good guy, bad guy.
How many subjects do you need?
I just need one.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you two if we get them. If we can be both online. Okay, 1-888-973-5476. Here comes Nate, checking traffic.
All righty, the KIRO Newsradio app has our update. Good news, Tacoma, we cleared that collision eastbound 16 at Center Street near Cheney Stadium, and that earlier backup is quickly thinning out. Tacoma to Olympia, you're doing all right, taking you just 40 minutes. Got a 3-mile backup through JBLM to get through, and then more slowing heading into Olympia. Over to South Hill, you're dealing with 4 miles of stop-and-go backups in both directions of Meridian between 176th Street and the Mall. Renton to Puyallup looking good on the Valley Freeway. We're down to a half hour. It's still about 40 minutes through downtown Seattle, northbound I-5, and we're still packed from the Michigan Curve all the way to the Ship Canal Bridge. Heading further north, Seattle to Everett, just 45 minutes, but Bellevue to Everett hanging on in an hour commute. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So, Greg, not all tax resolution companies are the same. There are some that are definitely not local. There are others that don't quite know what they're doing even.
Well, I tell you, these ads that all of us hear, Fresh Start program, they make you feel like, hey, man, I can just easy peasy get my taxes written off. No. And I've had several clients actually come to me after going through that process, and they just get no response after a while. They're passed around from person to person. That doesn't happen at my firm.
You are familiar with the cases that come in. You're working on them.
I'm familiar with every case that comes into our office. And I know what's going on and have the ability to really advise our taxpayers very well on what to do.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution, from stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results, receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Total Wellness at Home is here. Save up to $2,800 on a saltwater hot spring spa and enjoy healthy, relaxing soaks. Save up to $12,000 on an endless pool swim spa for a year-round retreat. These massive savings end April 30th.
Summer's right around the corner. Can you say World Series? I don't want to jinx anybody, and I don't want to jinx that heating system or cooling system that you have, but it could possibly out at home. So the best thing to do right now is to replace the system. You want it done right and done fast. Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Upgrade to a Lennox cooling system and get a new heating system free. Plus available utility rebates. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granello. A chase in Thurston County turns fatal today with the suspect shot and killed in Olympia. KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker says it started with deputies trying to stop a car going 90 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone.
That chase ended with the deputy and the suspect both crashed on Morse Merriman Road. The suspect reportedly ran off. Deputies heard shots being fired in a nearby backyard. So deputies gave chase. That's when they say more shots were fired between the two.
Not clear yet who shot the suspect. His passenger was also arrested. Washington's governor and attorney general are suing a private company that runs the Northwest Ice Processing Center in Tacoma. AG Nick Brown says they're asking a judge to order the facility to let the state health inspectors inside.
Enough is enough. People are being harmed in this facility, and inaction is no longer acceptable.
According to Brown's office, inspectors say they've been turned away 10 times despite more than 3,500 complaints alleging unsafe food, medical neglect, and unsanitary conditions. We have reached out to GEO Group for comments. That's the company that runs the detention center. Former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted again, this time for allegedly making threats against President Trump. CBS's Cami McCormick has Comey's response.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach
a year ago.
Comey had posted to Instagram a photo of seashells forming the numbers 8647. He later deleted the photo, saying he didn't realize some people associated those numbers with violence. Charges against Comey in another case were dismissed in November. He posted his reaction to the latest charges on his Substack.
Nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go.
For the first time in 40 years, there is a change to Costco's $1.50 hot dog combo. Now, it is still costing you $1.50, but now, according to the Seattle Times, you can get a bottle of Kirkland Signature water instead of a soda. Again, the price has not changed. To the real-time traffic desk now at 5:33. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron and Shelton getting word right now from State Patrol that they just reopened both directions of Highway 101 through Shelton following an earlier fatality investigation. Still looking at some big backups, though, through downtown Shelton, as that was the detour route for the past couple hours. It's a 40-minute trip still through downtown Seattle, North 5, and we're packed from the Michigan Curve all the way to the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, you're heavy from the north end of the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, we've gone up on both routes. 35 minutes on 520. It is solid from mid-span over to I-5. 25 minutes on I-90, and you're slow approaching Island Crest Way to I-5. Bellevue to Everett, still a 1-hour drive. It's solid from 520 all the way to 527. Seattle to Everett, though, just 40 minutes. And in Monroe, both directions of Highway 2 are still packed, approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway, and drivers are alternating at the scene. This is near milepost 11. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Forecast calls for cloudy skies tonight, staying dry, and then sunshine tomorrow, highs in the upper 60s. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, here we go back to the John Curley Show. Sort of freelancing it here, Joe. You all right with this?
Of course.
All right, a call went out, and I believe a number of contestants standing by. Bob from Fox Island, Austin from Bremerton, Erica from Kenmore.
Several more
as well, also waiting in the wings. Don't forget to everybody. Wilcox Friendly Farm Eggs. I'm going to get to that. Yep. Teeny, I think you know what to do at this point in time. You can there we go. There goes. Well, names of all the players are on the board. And it is a beautiful, brightly colored board, a kaleidoscope of colors. And it lands on Aaron. Wow. We have an
omelet.
Oh.
There we go. Classic omelet from Aaron. Nothing fancy, just a well-made omelet. That's all you need to know, and it's going to be in there under. Aaron phones it in.
Busy news day.
Yes, it is very busy news day. Omelet. We'll go with omelet. All right, let's meet our contestant to play a little game. Meet him now. Here. Ooh, wow. He's already here. Bob from Fox Island, hello.
Hello, John. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm well.
What are your listener here?
I know, the only listener, always listening. Bob, thank you. All right, Bob, play some fun music first before we give him the scary stuff. All right, Bob, have you heard of the game called the Ultimatum Game?
I have not.
Okay, here's how it works. You ready? I've got $10. Actually, $10 has been placed down between the two of us. Imagine the two of us sitting at a little table there. You're on one side, I'm on the other. And somebody walks over and they drop $10 down. They hand it to me, and it's a bunch of $1 bills. Now, if I offer you a certain amount of money and you reject it, then neither one of us get anything. But if I offer you a certain amount of money and you take it, you get what you get and I get what I get. You know how it works, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bob.
Yeah. I was looking at Joe because he looked concerned all of a sudden. All right, Bob. Here we go. Hit the music, the scary music. Ready? Let's see. Bob, I've got the $10 here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to offer you $3.
Okay.
Take it or not.
We're doing what?
I'm offering you $3. If you take the $3, then I take the $7. If you say no, Curly, I don't want the $3. Why should I get $3?
I would hold out for more.
All right. Well, then you know what? Say goodbye to Bob from Fox Island because you don't get paid and I don't get paid. I don't get the 7 and you don't get the 3. You got it now?
I got it.
Okay, so the question is, do you need any more information other than the fact that the $10 showed up on the table and I offered you 3 and I would keep 7, and to you that feels what?
short-sighted.
Yeah, a little unfair, right? Like, why are you getting 7? The money just plopped.
It's like the state of Washington.
Why is it like the state of Washington, Bob?
Because they're getting deep into my pocket every day.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I know. Everybody's pocket. But in this case, it's just between the two of us. The $10 shows up, and I've got the 10, and I'm going to split it with you. But I get determined to make the split, right? So I say to you, okay, I'm going to keep 7. I'm going to give you 3. Now realize you didn't have 3 before we even started this little experiment. So would you rather have 3 or have nothing?
But you didn't have the 10 either until someone put it on the table.
I know, Bob, but just going along with it, they put me in charge of it. Because we can switch it around, but right now I'm going to keep 7, you get 3. Do you want to take it or not? Because if you don't take the 3, I don't get paid and you don't get paid.
No, I still would pass.
You pass on it. Okay, so then you're like, so you decide, I could be $3 richer, but I just don't like the fact that you got 7. Is that what it is?
No, not really. No, not at all.
Then explain your thinking to me.
I just feel we are equal and we should split it evenly. Because it came between us with no strings attached. Just to split it.
Exactly. Well, there we go.
That's my
See?
take on it.
No. I appreciate. Listen, there's no right or wrong on this one. You, yeah, I like that one. Bob from Fox Island, thank you not only for playing the little game, but thanks for listening and thanks for calling in as well. All right, I'm going to go to Austin and Bremerton. Austin, are you ready? You heard the setup, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Hey, John.
You ready, Austin?
Long-time fan.
Long-time fan of yours as well. Okay, so the $10 plops down there. Go ahead and make me an offer. You're in charge.
Okay, but can I change it up? Can I tell you, can we make a deal where I take the 3, but then we split the 2 in the middle? Yeah,
I know that one, right? That's the one that the guy did there in England, and they went into the parking lot. He's like, listen, I'm going to steal, and then I'm going to give you the rest in the parking lot. No, because you're not allowed to go to the parking lot. And in this case, just keep it in the room. Keep it in the room. What do you think? What would you do?
I mean, I'd take the 3 because, if
no, I'm going to put you in charge.
Don't do that.
Austin, I'm putting you in charge. You get the 10. Yeah.
Why don't you do it like we did with my nephew and niece, where I make one of them cut the piece of cake in half and the other one pick which one?
Isn't that an interesting? Right. You're right. You get the choice. The choice is either I get to slice it or I get to pick, right? Because then the person's like, right. Well, if I get to slice it, you get to pick. It's the old thing of the 2 wolves and the lamb, right? The wolves are deciding what's for dinner, but the lamb gets a vote as well. In this case, you're right. So then you split it, and then you better be even on this. If not, then you're going to end up screwing yourself one way or the other. In most cases, do you know what most people accept in this offer? 90% of the time, you know what offer people will accept?
Are you talking about like $1, like the lowest?
Yeah, no, yeah. So 10 gets split. What do most people go with?
I'd say probably 3-ish. I guess is probably, I don't know. It's not
20%. 20% will take the $3, and then it just keeps going up, as you can imagine. If it's an easy 5-5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the fact you want to take it in the parking lot. Austin from Bremerton, thanks for playing along. I'm going to go to one more time we have remaining. Erica and Kenmore, you ready?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, here we go. Sitting there on the table, the $10 goes down before us, and then there's a bottle of water that costs $2. It's sitting there between us. And then there's a medication that costs $8. And in this case, you have eaten some chips that are very, very hot, and you need the water, and it costs $2. I need the medication that costs $8 because I have a serious migraine. Are you ready? Now the $10 goes down before the two of us. Your mouth is burning hot because of these chips. $2 for the water. I need $8 for the medicine. Are you ready to split the $10?
Well, sure, but if you need...
Why does everybody have to think outside the box on this?
Sorry. Yeah, I'd take the $2. Of course I'd take the $2.
Right, because your need at that time, the $2 is the difference between you having water, or as you say, milk is probably better to put out the hot chips. You're right. So because you need the money to solve your problem. And I need that $8 because at this point I need the money because I got a horrible headache and I'm not able to drive home. And if I can't drive home, then all of a sudden I crash into a tree. So the point of this story is when people talk about fairness and people talk about the splitting of currency, you need to take into account the individual's need. For you, $2 will satisfy the burning hot chips, and for me, the $8 is needed for the migraine. If you rejected my offer, then neither one of us are satisfied. So whenever you hear anybody talk about fairness, does that bother you, Eric, when you hear the word fairness?
Oh, God, I do not believe in privilege. I heard that crap for 4 years in school. I do not want to listen to people talk about privilege, because you could have the poorest kid in the world on the streets of Mexico playing with rocks, happy as a clam because his parents love him, or the poor little kid that's abused every day in Redmond but lives in $1 million house. Because you got privilege? No. It doesn't make any sense. It's so subjective.
Right, because you, Erica, you live this every single day. So you transitioned and you live your life. You don't judge people by any category. You don't put them in any box. You simply say, "I'll meet you head on. I'll break every stereotype you know. If you want to lift weights or you want to do this, you want to go out and chop down trees, whatever. You don't know who I am. You're judging me by a bunch of indicators that somebody has told you me fit into this box. You have no idea what a dynamic person I am. Is that who you are?"
Well, I don't know if I pat myself on the back that big, but yeah, kind of. That's my general philosophy.
Right.
Absolutely.
You and I have had conversations about this all the time, and that's why I love you. You're like, no, you don't know. You want to get to know me, that's fine, but don't judge me. You know what? And judge me later on after you know me, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Judge on actions. It's all about action.
There you go, baby. All right. Thanks for listening. I always appreciate you calling in, and I'm glad you were satisfied. And sorry about those hot chips. I should have warned you ahead of time. Thank you.
I'll figure it out.
Bye, Eric. Bye-bye, baby. All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Lake Washington Windows and Doors has the update here in Seattle. North 5, you're bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 35 minutes now to get through this. Northbound 99 is thinning out through the downtown tunnel, but you're still slow, but probably still a better option. South 5, we're thinning out as well. You're slow from Northeast 50th to I-90. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, 35 minutes on 520. It's 25 minutes on I-90. Bellevue to Everett, still a 1 hour drive. It is packed from 520 up to 527. Seattle to Everett, just 40 minutes with scattered slowing now between Shoreline and Linwood. Bellevue to Renton, give yourself a half hour. It's still really packed from Northeast 8th and Bellevue through Factoria. And if you're heading out toward Redmond, eastbound 520, you're bumper to bumper from Northeast 51st into downtown Redmond. Get 20% off energy-efficient windows and doors, plus thousands of dollars off complete home installs through April 30th. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
When it comes to comfort systems, homeowners want three things. They want quality they can trust, service that respects their time, and confidence that they're making the right long-term decision. And that is where Home Comfort Alliance comes in. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, they meet strict milestones for training, installation quality, and customer satisfaction benchmarks that only the best contractors can achieve. And you can see by all of the reviews, lots of 5-star Google reviews. You want efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance, professional installation. That's what matters, and especially when comfort impacts your lifestyle and your home value. How about that? Home Comfort Alliance makes the process so easy. They've got an online price estimator, and in 60 seconds, you get a clear idea, an honest quote, and you don't waste any time. I tried it on my phone. It's pretty cool. Right now, you can upgrade to a Carrier cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will give you a new heating system for free. Plus, they handle all the utility rebates. Those add up. Available discounts to get the best possible value. For the world we share, choose Carrier and Home Comfort Alliance. Home Comfort Alliance, when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric, is HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Summer's right around the corner. Procrastinators, beware. Valentine Roofing schedule is filling up now, and you don't want to be stuck with the other guys. So call 206 Roofing today, and Valentine can still start your roof in as little as 3 weeks. Then you can enjoy barbecuing on your deck in the backyard without worrying about old shingles falling on your head. So call 206 Roofing today, and I guarantee there'll be no surprise, just a clear estimate that you can trust. Call 206 Roofing, and remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
A legendary night for a legendary arm. The one and only Randy Johnson.
Swing and a miss. He's got number 14.
See the big unit make more Mariners history on Saturday, May 2nd, as his number 51 is retired at T-Mobile Park. The first Mariners pitcher to throw a no-hitter.
Randy looks to the skies. That is covered by the dome and bedlam.
Win the Cy Young Award.
And there's 19. That is a new American League record by a left-hander.
And be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
The trade to Seattle set my career in motion.
He was dominant. He was intimidating. He was electric. Join us in celebrating the big unit for 2 great nights presented by T-Mobile. Friday, May 1st. Score your own number 51 on Randy Johnson 80s Jersey Night. And be there Saturday, May 2nd for Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night.
Very proud to have played there for 10 years. Thank you, Seattle.
Get your tickets at mariners.com/big unit.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Crazy town in there. All right.
Professionals around here.
Can I talk to Hudson for a second? Hudson, we've had a lot of people say that they're just having trouble understanding the second verse. So on the mailman, and it's as you can see. On the mailman, as you can see. I realize that's a lot of words, kind of fast. Let's pick it up at top. Hudson, here we go.
Mailman.
Yep. Close it up.
On the mailman, it'll be mess with me.
Yep.
On the mailman. Everything new. On the mailman, I bring the mail to you.
We'll get letter of the day first, take care of all the rest.
Okay, I'm going to start with Mike, then you're going to go to Paul. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. Mike in Portland says, John, you're the only person I know who can casually weave sexual harassment into a song about Buc-ee's Auto Center. And somehow it makes it sound like it belongs. I don't know whether to laugh, applaud, or call HR, but either way, you crack me up. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. As I started down that road, I was like, do I commit to this one? Paul in Savannah says, I missed the John Curley listeners line intros.
Which he never called, by the way.
No, he never called. No, he's just doing that to stir the pot.
Elliot on a ship in Texas says, if I steal 1 or 2 900-pound pumpkins from John's garden, what's the big deal? He's rich. He flies first class.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
How is this doing?
I don't know how he's going to steal 900-pound pumpkins.
Did you start?
No. The temperature of the soil needs to be 74 degrees. Okay. Not there yet. Cart Narks needs to mind his own business. Stop harassing people.
I agree. Josh, it's
Go ahead,
equally
keep
annoying.
going,
It's
whatever.
as annoying as the
all right,
Cart
whatever.
Narc. Josh in Auburn says, Cart Narc, dang, that's why Toys R Us went out of business and put me out of a job. Not enough people scattered carts around the lot.
425. I got 86 from a bar in Spokane when I was home in New Jersey.
Huh.
Wait. How did you get 86 from a bar in Spokane when I was home in New Jersey?
That's a great question. I don't have an answer for you. Jeff in Olympia says, take that alcohol from your poor smell and then add kimchi to it. That was running in physical training in Korea back in the Army days.
I'll bet. Tamara in Tacoma says, Mad Dog 2020. I guess she's sending code out for people.
That's what made her sick. That's what she drank.
Yep.
Sue in Tacoma says, wow, you just unlocked core teen memories with that mention of Bartles and James.
Yep. Oh, 253, it was the fuzzy navel that put them under.
Doug in Mount Vernon says, quantum physics. The John Curley Show, both repeating a story and not repeating it. You don't know unless you listen.
When James Comey thought police, Paul Samambers can jump in there. Researchers always found that the key to hilarious radio is giving a dyslexic host a series of numbers to read, like 8746. That is it. That's cruel. Comedy keeps going.
That is just mean.
It's just mean.
Shane says Trump literally says he's going to kill entire civilizations, and he's not brought up on charges.
Yeah, okay, whatever. 206. You can't prove someone's intention any more than you can prove that he put those shells there the way they were there. You can't say it's a threat. Agree, John. It's a stretch. Okay.
Big stretch. Katie in Renton says 86 does not mean murder. It never has. That's ridiculous.
Okay. Let's see. Who's it? Micah? Michael. Interesting spelling. 206. I disagree. I don't think.
He meant murder. Somehow that disappeared.
Look like he struggled with his name for a while.
Debbie in the 206 says, I saw the post and didn't even realize what it meant until the media started talking about it. Maybe they should indict all of you, too.
425 thinks, I think that's the guy that indicted him. Is that Blanche and Cash are going after Jack Porosby? Yeah. He posted the 8646. 8646.
Get rid of Biden?
It's 47.
No, he posted 8646 when Biden was president.
Yes. See this? We're back in the poop tank.
Just one-upping each other.
I'm confused.
This comes from Old Man John.
Oh, good.
I do this grape test experience every weekday from 3 to 6. Thanks for sharing, John. From 3 to 6, I focus on the mellow taste of sativa. I roll the cold Coors Light over my tongue. I pay attention to all these sensory experiences while I'm listening intently to the John Curley Show, letting John's voice impart knowledge, wisdom, and infotainment.
All right, Old Man John.
Oof.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Got the good mix on it all. We'd like to throw one more thing in there as soon as it gets legal.
Didn't ride no more.
Oh, well, that's terrible. That was awful.
You got hit the light.
That's just terrible. See, I'm trying too hard.
Right on line.
Nate, check your traffic, Nathan.
Yes, sir. North 5, bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. About 35 minutes gets you through this. Northbound 99 continues to thin out with every report through that downtown tunnel. Still a little crowded, though. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes. It's solid from 520 to 527 in Canyon Park. Seattle to Everett, just 40 minutes. We're thinning out. Really, the brunt of this is just slowing through Linwood at this point. Bellevue to Renton's going to take you a half hour. You're packed from Northeast 8th through Factoria, and then scattered backups into Renton. North 405, you're slow through the Renton S-curves. Redmond, eastbound 520 is heavy from Northeast 51st into downtown Redmond. And in Monroe, both directions of Highway 2, we're still bumper to bumper approaching French Creek, where we have maintenance work underway. And milepost 11, you're alternating at the seam. The support brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one.
As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TilaMortgage.com.
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No